So we are here in London for a very special, very international, very far from home episode of Comic Book Shopping. I'm so excited. Here for Comic Book Shopping, our first ever international episode, and I'm here with Mysterio himself, Jake Gyllenhaal.
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
So good. It's just the beginning of the absurd things I've done in my career.
Made
Cosmic
him-
energy flavor.
Cosmic energy flavor.
Love it.
Are you ready to do some comic book shopping?
Totally.
Let's get some comics.
All right.
Who cares what day it is? Welcome back to Collider Live, everybody. It's one of those days, and we are starting off. Everybody was here about 45 minutes before the show, prepping.
Great pre-pro. Yeah, great pre-pro. I'm glad everybody
Is that Cody laughing? Sorry, Cody. Listen, problem is we live in LA and the traffic stinks, even if you do know where you're going.
Which I don't.
I hit every siren on the way here.
When
Like
you hit-
every police car, every fire
They
engine.
stopped you. It's like they were trying to make sure you weren't here. Well, you made it. Look at you. And joining us back is Roxy Stryer, Mark Riley.
Hi.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He hurt himself.
No, yeah.
What'd you do to yourself?
My back.
Oh.
Working out.
Oh.
It's because I'm old
Yeah.
and tired.
Did you not want me to say that?
No, I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
it's fine.
fine.
Okay.
Too late now, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
too
so,
late.
but I said it and all of a sudden it didn't feel right.
Yeah. I'm still reeling off my audience yesterday because apparently it even carried over into the Facebook group. The little slap that I gave Riley
That was hysterical.
You watched it again. You
Over
really liked
and
it.
over. And
It was
I
hysterical.
watched
That's
it maybe
good.
45 times last night.
You're-
There was maybe 46 views on it. I'm 45 of
Well,
them.
Riley made that clip as funny as it is, though, too, because he's just like, because
He kept going.
We're having two different conversations at the same time, which happens often on the show. But but for this particular thing, it worked well because you and I were talking about the slap, and he was so mad in the fact that, hey, idiot, they're giving you a free screening at the ArcLight, and I'm giving you something to hang your fucking hat on, and we're just like, hey, what'd you think about that slap?
I don't think
4-year-olds.
he even knew at the time that
Why we were laughing.
Yeah.
No, I did.
Oh, you did? You just didn't care?
Absolutely. I didn't
Just
care.
going forward.
Yeah, because it's still fucking stupid. We get an ArcLight is like, hey, you want a free screening? Or, do this fun thing? And you're like, farts.
Yeah, but why do you think that is? Like, it means I have to leave my house.
It's not the farts thing. Farts don't make me laugh. It was just so uncharacteristic.
Oh, you don't know me that well. Just when I showed Perry, she was like, "Yeah, that's what you."
That's what he
you do all
does.
the time."
I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Good.
All right. It's good.
I mean, I'm just, I
You're the
just
guy.
want
Oh.
the, come on, play along.
Come on, Riley.
I
She
saw it.
set you up for it.
I know, but my hands were really comfortably on my legs, and it was too far.
Oh, right.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. I don't know. There's really not a lot to talk about today, is there? Except everything.
You want to just wrap the show right now?
Sure. Oh, see? He was too busy.
There we go.
He's too busy playing
I'm gonna go
classics,
stretch my back.
classics from the past. Yeah. So what happened? You just got caught in bad traffic right away? It looks like I always think, is that a pizza shirt?
No, it is a candy store in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
It's like one of those old school soda fountains.
I see it with like a shirt.
Yeah.
But
Reese's
you're
soda
allergic to
fountain.
chocolate.
I know, but they have Reese's Pieces. It's fine, and they have ice cream.
I didn't know you were
You
allergic
can eat
to
Reese's
chocolate.
Pieces?
Yeah, it's a thin candy shell over top of peanut butter.
Chocolate also?
What?
I didn't know you were allergic to
Yeah,
chocolate. Like a dog.
Reese's
here's the thing.
Pieces don't have chocolate in them?
No.
Okay.
Are you
peanut.
guys making a joke?
It's
No.
peanut butter, Roxy.
Nope.
That shell isn't chocolate?
No, it's
No,
a
it's
thin
candy.
candy shell.
Why does it taste like chocolate?
It's
Your mind is telling
Your
you
mind
that.
is telling
I
you
don't
it's
think it's
chocolate.
chocolate at all.
Reese's Pieces have zero chocolate in
Zero
them.
chocolate.
Somebody else, tell me.
There is Reese's. No. You're thinking of the cups.
No, Pieces.
No. The cups.
I eat the pieces all the time.
yeah,
You're not
it's
eating
just
chocolate.
peanut butter.
You're just eating peanut butter.
Cody? Help me. Search it.
I'm looking right now.
Thank you.
The legitimate commercial is a thin candy shell wrapped in delicious milk,
But
milk
what
peanut
is a
butter or
thin
whatever.
candy shell?
Milk peanut butter.
They
Peanut
have no
butter.
chocolate.
No chocolate. I know.
No chocolate.
I know. I've been eating them for years.
Yeah, it's the only candy I eat
Yeah,
legitimately.
I thought-
Either that or pink Starburst. I know what's in a Reese's
Oh,
Piece.
I
yeah.
thought you meant the cups. The cups are obviously.
Obviously
No, of
chocolate.
course, but I thought that shell was chocolate because when I let them melt in my hand, it looks like chocolate. colored chocolate.
I'm
It's
gonna
an
ask,
illusion.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's an illusion. Fuck yeah.
That is insane to me that there's a Reese's product
Yeah.
with no chocolate in it.
Why? Why is it insane?
most of our stuff is chocolate based.
Yeah, but that's not. But I mean that.
That was the first time that you stood up for me in one of these things ever.
Yeah, but it's
Thank
been
you
around.
so much.
But it'll be one thing. But it's been around for years.
It is.
And I've eaten it millions of times.
If it came out last week,
Sure.
and then we came and said, well, wait a minute, this is confusing because most of the stuff is chocolate. This
Totally.
has been. I mean, E.T. for God's
Yeah.
sakes.
Well, that's exactly.
What?
88. Huh?
E.T.?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we are.
Have you ever seen E.T.?
Yes.
Illusion.
What is?
Reese's.
Oh, okay.
What's going on with you this
Well,
morning?
I thought you were talking. Yeah, you want to know what? I actually
What,
got
you get
a
hit in the
ton.
head?
I got a bunch of messages
Yeah.
this week being like, from people being like, "So you seem so out of it. What's up?" So, I'm so sorry for whatever you're going through.
Right. Well, it is.
No,
This is
I'm
this is
actually
this is
okay.
basically what's going on. Bring up
Yes.
E.T.
E.T.
What?
What do you mean E.T.?
What? Aliens?
And
What-
shit.
What do you mean aliens?
Aliens and shit.
What do you mean aliens?
And
E.T.?
shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, kids?
No, you were talking about because here's
can
where I got
aliens?
sidetracked
Bikes?
because you said it'd be like if it came out with a product today, like
Right.
E.T. So in my mind, I was
Like
like,
it
oh,
was in
E.T.'s
E.T..
coming out with a product today.
He is. He's the new he's the spokesman for
Yeah.
Reese's. They're gonna redo it again.
Do you get what I was saying?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So this is along the lines of a Reese's product, and tell me if you guys think this is weird.
Yes.
And I thought it was weird. So a dude I went to high school with and his girlfriend, he didn't like the chocolate part, and she didn't like the peanut butter part of the peanut butter cup. So they would freeze him, and she would eat the
No,
chocolate
no,
around it, and
no.
then give him the peanut butter inside.
No, that's my biggest nightmare.
Yeah, you don't like to do that 'cause
Couples
of-
working together.
Yeah, listen. I mean, they're doing other.
The first time I saw them, I
Yeah,
watched. I
but
was
why,
like,
why not buy peanut butter and you buy chocolate? Why are you buying Reese's?
condense it.
but have you had the
Serial
the,
killer.
The actual peanut butter that Reese's makes is unlike any other peanut
is
butter
true.
out there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they
delicious.
did. There's
Yeah.
crack in there.
I
It's
knew
fantastic.
a couple who shared a deodorant stick, and
Yeah, I mean that Amanda sometimes uses mine.
Yeah. Yes, Julie does too.
No. They shared one, and if one person would bring it to work with them, the other person would drive to their
That's
work
stupid.
to pick up the deodorant stick because they thought they were saving money.
I mean, you're wasting gas, dummy.
Totally.
You're using twice as much
Yeah,
deodorant.
and gas.
People are stupid.
I guess. It was
Yeah.
insane. It was
Perfect.
literally. We were working in North Hollywood. They were living in Glendale,
Yeah, it's-
and they would. And he would drive to North Hollywood
use the deodorant?
to use the deodorant.
And you didn't put two and two together that you're spending a little bit more on gas now?
I said it 15 times to them. They shared one deodorant
Get a
stick.
stick. It's like $2.
They're like, we're really hard pressed right now. I'm like, this is. I'll buy you a
know.
deodorant. The other person, but
I'll
B,
buy
this
you.
is-
I'll buy you
are-
6 deodorants.
Having one deodorant doesn't actually, even if you weren't driving around, it doesn't save you money.
That doesn't
You-
make any sense.
What happens if they?
Can you get them on the phone?
Yeah.
I would
They,
love to talk
they
to
did
them.
not
too.
make it in Los Angeles. They left.
What happens
But,
if they?
but they made it in life. They're still alive, right? Let's call them.
I
all right.
think so.
Oh, we haven't talked
I
to them.
think I know who you're. I know who you're talking about, and I
Really?
would like to know this after we get off the air because I don't want to call
One
these
of the
people
most
up. 'Cause
beautiful people you've ever seen in your whole life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they
I'm with
share
that.
I'm
custody
still
if
here,
they
yeah.
break
With
up?
the-
Yeah.
Yeah. Those people were morons. Yes. Total idiots.
You know who it was.
Yes. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
It was so strange.
Yeah, well, no, that's. I mean, that's
they
just
shared,
not bright.
They also shared toothbrush. They shared all the stuff.
That's
but the
legitimately
deodorant-
like raking your leaves with your hand while there's a rake on the side of the house.
yeah.
Just like our hands, we use it together.
we don't want to damage the
They-
brand.
but I will give them this. They are V in love.
They are in
Obviously.
That's good.
No, V in love.
What does that mean?
Very in love.
Oh,
You ever
see,
heard that? The cool kids?
I'm not cool.
Also,
I'm a dad.
also
yeah, but I didn't know any lingo, and you knew the lingo. I didn't know.
that abbreviation
You know, Reese's
makes
Pieces.
absolutely no sense. It's V and very. It's you're not gaining any time.
No,
It's a whole syllable.
I don't like it.
Okay.
It's the same people who came up with the deodorant stuff.
Yes, they are.
Let's
That's
just
them.
cut words. So I'm going to the store, IG store. Okay, you got it. You may have got it, but G bed.
This is an easy one. This is an easy one.
Listen, Stacey, it's like that time when we came up with our own language in the basement and no one was around. Everybody can get this clue. Come on, just chime in.
I
Okay.
think you literally just started something because I'm going to start using G.
N bit. Next bit.
I'm gonna eat food later. It's gonna be sick.
EF.
Yeah, but E wouldn't actually work because E and E are one syllable.
EF.
None of this works.
No,
Some
it's
of-
all
some of it works. V
horrible.
works.
I got an EF fast
I'm
because I got an M at
V-tired.
6. with my dad.
What's
Meeting.
Yeah, I thought it was meaning, but I don't.
Who knows? But he knows.
Yeah.
Because we
Why is it-
came up with our own language.
Why is it with your dad?
Because we have that kind of relationship. My dad is a EC, extra cool.
Now I understand. Do I sound like that to you guys?
No, but
definitely
this
not.
language, I
Sometimes.
feel like it
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Well, when you pitch those slang words you learn on a bachelorette party of Mo runs.
See, I want that code though in the chat because that'd be all right. Like TM guys, TM. It's
Yeah.
like talk movies. I'm like, all right, fine.
We'll give you that.
TM,
We'll give you that.
guys.
Trademark.
Well, yeah.
It's already that you can't just take a.
People don't care these days.
Okay.
It's all about what's the new fad.
Can one of you guys be a real friend to me?
No.
Oh.
What is it?
What do you mean?
want?
I
You want
don't-
to your breast stinks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does it right now? I just had a mint.
Brutal.
Okay. I just said no.
But I do want you guys to
Tastes
tell
brutal.
me if and when it does.
Smell like an alley cat.
I have very, very severe acid reflux. I'm very conscious of my breath all the time.
Yeah, you smell like an alley cat.
I do?
Yeah.
No.
Just
I
kidding.
know my own breath smell, and this mic is not it. Do alley cats smell particularly bad? Cats are pretty
Yeah.
clean with their tongue.
No.
Well,
I've never smelled an alley cat.
Pushing around in the trash.
I think you can probably determine by the word alley cat.
I mean, that particular alley cat, S like S. I mean, just S like S. Smells like shit. All right.
But with the accent, it sounded like "is like us."
Yeah, I know. So you can't understand anything these fucking idiots say. What do you got? What's next? What were you saying?
No, she wants
You want us
He
to be your
knows.
friend.
Josh
You want us to be your friend.
Josh
Roxy-
knows. He
Roxy wants
knows.
one of us to be her friend
Yeah.
and watch Big Brother.
Yes. It started last
Oh,
night.
absolutely not.
Will your wife do it?
No. My wife-
His wife?
Yeah, especially that show. Every time, like,
It is literally the best show on TV, and it only started last night, so you only have one episode to catch up on, and then 3 episodes every week for the next 99
3
days.
episodes
I will call.
every
I will
week.
call my wife right now and tell you I have one question for you. And I just says yes or no answer. And will you ever watch Big Brother? I'll just ask that. Just
Text
like that.
her.
No, I'll
For
call-
rocks.
In between breaks?
I'll call her right now.
Oh, call her right now.
I'll call her right now. And I
Yes.
said I have one question for you.
For
That's it.
rocks.
No.
No. I'm not. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna ask you. It's a yes or no.
Will
and
you
that's it.
please? Will you say
You
please? Will
basically-
you throw in the word please?
You basically legitimately.
Christian?
No, because then
Please,
it's-
will you please watch Big Brother?
what if I ask will you watch Big Brother? She says no, and then I say please.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
How about we wait for the no
Please.
first?
Um,
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can get.
yeah.
What if she says yes?
She
Then what do you
not-
owe me?
she
What do you
If
owe me?
she says yes, I'll dump this water on my head.
After please, even.
Yeah.
Away from the microphone.
Hey, honey, you're on the air, so just wanted to give you a heads up. But I just have one question. One question. It's a yes or no answer. That's all we need for right now. Will you watch Big Brother?
No.
Please.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Sadie. All right, I'll call you later. Bye.
Love you.
I know my wife.
You said please.
Here's the best part of Roxy's pitch to Big Brother. It was legitimately like a pyramid scheme of shit. She was like, listen, it's one episode that you just have to catch up on, and then 3 episodes for the next 99 days. It's like, here, your timeshare is $100 when you
Right.
first sign up, and then $6,000 per week for the next 10 years. 3 episodes of a shit TV show.
But it's in the
every week.
Dominican
but
Republic,
guys-
not the show, the timeshare.
But guys, it's a really FW. It's a really FW. Fun watch. I should have
there
gotten
you
that.
go.
You're
I
right.
did
should've
get that.
gotten it. You guys, did you
It is
really?
an FW.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
major FW.
I thought it was. I went with fucking woman. That's what I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
a really fucking woman. But speaking of, Mark's done.
Mark's not
got
going
the
to
shits.
that. Yeah, Mark's got the shit. Dude, I swear to God, every morning that I'm late,
GTS.
I'm like Christian. I was
GTS.
I got the GTS.
He's GTSing
You
all
don't
over the
got
place.
the GTS,
Yeah.
you GTS.
Yeah.
GTS.
Like, no, I got the GTS.
Yeah.
It's double.
Now you're an alley shit cat.
an ASC.
You guys are doing the abbreviation so fast.
Yeah.
Because
We smile like them.
you don't know how to spell.
He said,
Spelling's
he
fine.
said alley shit cat. You said ASC so quickly, I would have been like,
Wait a minute.
ASC.
Wait a minute. They know the alphabet. I don't know how they figured it out, but they got it.
They cracked the code.
Did you guys realize that ABC and Twinkle Twinkle have the same tune?
No? Well, so does Jurassic Park and Think You Can Fly or whatever from fucking Peter Pan. Do you know that shit?
Really?
Nobody
No.
had dropped that fucking mic.
Pen.
Whatever
it's a
it is.
pen. D that P.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, it's
So what were you
DTP.
saying? You're saying
Nope.
you saying
Oh,
that
good.
every morning you think about
Every
Riley
morning
having the shits.
I'm running late because, again, and I'm always thinking, I'll text Christian. Nope, he's going to ask if I got the shits. I'll text Riley.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Plus, what do you text me? Hold on a minute. Say it. I'll
I
see you when
wouldn't
I
make
see you.
I wouldn't make fun of you at all. You
Lying.
could text me.
Okay.
Lying sack.
But I don't want you texting while driving because it takes you 4 hours to get here.
Right.
It
So I'm
would-
guessing at any time I text you in the morning, you will be on your way here.
Right.
It's fine.
Whether you're just
you
doing-
don't want to text me.
Donuts around First and
Guys,
Burbank.
I was on the road. I took the road by the zoo. I was there. Josh texted me, and now I'm in El Segundo. I mean, I don't.
I was very nervous pulling up to the 5 today because if it was closed, we were in trouble.
You did it again, didn't
No,
you?
no, but it was fine.
You
Tim.
should have seen.
She's going.
When I tried to tell her yesterday that she needed to go
Straight up.
I said, you know what? But your route is the way to go. But I said to her, you know what's easier maybe from where you are? Just take a look. The amount of time
She
she's
said
putting
to
on
go
the road.
west.
Oh, yeah, west.
I said go Santa Monica. I said go Santa Monica Boulevard. Go west, and then just pop on the 405.
Totally.
And I said just do that. She looked at me like I just asked her to solve climate change.
But I go all the way east. So how would I go west?
Because you're in Beverly Hills, so just go the
You're already
opposite way,
west.
and then
You're
you start,
already
you'll,
west.
You'll go Wilshire through Westwood, and then you pop on the highway, and then you're good to go. That's what I do every day.
That is too far.
Not even
It
close.
is
From
not.
what you do?
You were making
the
it farther.
405 is a disaster, right?
No, not 405 going that way is
Going
very
out
easy.
in the morning, you're going against
Yeah,
traffic.
you're good. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I'm always going
Let's
with traffic.
FTS.
Finish the shit.
Fuck this shit. All right.
I was like, free the snake?
Oh, you guys see? You're losing it. You don't
No,
know.
I got it almost. I got 2 out of the 3
Stacey,
words.
it's like that time that we invented our own board game. You know, everybody, you should know this one. I mean, we came up with the pieces. The dog was there. What was the dog's name, Jim? I don't know the fucking dog. I wasn't in the thing making the board game.
Harry, Samantha, Billy,
That's right.
Max,
That's it.
Rox,
All
Layla,
of them. It's a whole
Leia.
crop of them.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, can we already TSFFH already, please?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
yeah.
Talk
About
some
something-
film already a Roxy.
Now she's just making up words.
What do you got?
I don't remember what the abbreviation was.
TSFFH? What do you got? Can we
TSFFH.
Can we
TSFFH
talk
already?
some?
Film.
Fucking film.
Talk Spider-Man Far From Home. I just saw
Oh,
it on
yeah.
the computer.
That's good. Yeah. All right.
We're going tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, tonight.
Oh, we're going tonight?
Yeah.
I can't meet you for dinner anymore. That's off the table. Okay.
Oh,
Let's.
well, that's
sorry.
nice.
Yeah.
Is
Thanks
that how
for
you
telling
told
me on
her?
the air.
What's that?
That's how you told it?
Told him what?
That's
that
how
we
he
can't
told
do dinner.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm still
Why?
taking him to the movie. Doesn't that cancel it out?
I'd be so upset.
If I wasn't going to dinner?
I'm not upset.
Well, I did. But all right. So here's a question. Because if I met you for dinner, I mean, I could do the same thing I did with Roxy, but this
I
time,
am you.
I know what's coming, so I can do. It's up to you. You can choose. Because Roxy didn't get this choice, and I feel bad. So I told Roxy I'd meet her for dinner for the what was the last movie? What did we see?
It
Mary
wasn't that
Poppins.
one. It was
Men
the
in
one
Black.
before.
It's Men in Black.
But you're not talking about Toy Story. You're talking about Men in Black because we met for dinner for talking about 2 movies ago.
Right.
Doesn't matter to the people.
It doesn't matter. But
MIBI.
anyway, point was at Century City when I went to go there, and I had eaten with the family, and then I rushed out in time so I could meet Rox, and I had eaten. So she had to eat by herself. But I sat there with her the whole time. And I was like, I feel bad that I had to do that. I said, I'll even eat with you. She's like, nah, don't worry about it. But now I know I have to do the same thing. I got to eat with the
Same
family.
deal.
So I can meet you.
Yeah, it's we'll see.
All
I got
right,
to
we'll
run.
figure it out.
Yeah, I got to run and take care of the dog and then go. So
The
we might
premiere
not
is
have time.
in Hollywood, though, correct?
No, we're not going to the premiere. It's
I'm going to the premiere.
Oh, okay.
I thought that it was you.
Oh,
Are you
GFY.
sure? Are you sure you know where the screening is? Because I thought it was a different place.
You're wrong.
I got you.
I am.
guys.
Let me look. I won't look.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't look right now. What the hell time is it? Look at this. We got a clock.
Do you guys think you could do the show with your eyes closed?
Yeah, sure. You just have to talk. Unless somebody held out their hand to stop
It
them.
didn't work. I did listen to that noise back, by the way.
Me too, and it was quieter on the thing.
But it did sound like a
still
dinosaur.
sounded like a dinosaur.
Cody, do you have that clip?
Not right now.
By the way, that's my favorite. Yesterday, it's like the people who are just tuning in for like the first time, and to his credit, Frosty hit his news, got everything out there that he
Super
wanted.
pro.
So, yeah, and then people are like, this guy's coming in here and he's trying to be all professional, and these idiots are talking about burps. I'm like, wrong show, guys. Wrong show.
Keep moving.
Wrong show. It's like,
Frosty makes
nothing to
his
see
face.
here. Nothing to see
Frosty
here.
makes his face after we do nonsense, which is just
It
like
was the best.
he's just like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because this show is it is a different
No
show.
idea. Yeah.
What a week I'm having.
It is like if you looked at every single show that's on this network, we do not fit the mold. But what I tell you, what is really awesome is that I was talking to Coy yesterday, and you know, as you saw in the beginning of this program. Sound like my grandfather.
Very professional.
Program.
This P.
This program.
Yeah. At the beginning of the P.
Yeah, but
3 weeks, 3 times a week, this program will be on for 3 hours. It's called Big Brother.
don't touch the remote, Jimmy.
How dare you touch it?
We got to watch the program.
It's just cameras in the house as they yell about arguments.
Push the button and then watch the program and make my meatloaf.
All of the people together in the house hate each other.
I know. I like you, though. You're a good friend of mine, so let's keep
Fantastic.
watching the program.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
There's tons of competitions also, and not only did I ask you guys to be my friend and watch, but you could give me the respect of not making fun of my passion.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I apologize.
I love this. I wish the camera was on Roxy the whole time. I don't know if it was.
was.
Thank you.
I was really upset.
The face
Good.
was great.
Good. But where were we getting with that? With the program?
Oh,
What did we get?
I don't.
was leading. No, what we're leading
You
into
were
it.
saying
No.
something.
So anyway, so
How different we are than the other programs.
yes, but by the beginning of this program, we had Coy Andrew, who is now took over from the big man to do comic book shopping, and the biggest guest that show has ever
Without a
had
doubt.
is
Oh.
Jake Gyllenhaal. They got him, and Coy was telling me about it, and they originally were supposed to have like 20 minutes, half an hour with him, and they're like 45 minutes in, or getting to 30 minutes, and the publicist said, we got to go, and Jake's like, no, I want to finish it up, and he really had a good time, and
That's awesome.
so really big get there. So please go and watch that. Obviously for the release of Far From Home.
It's one of the coolest things that probably has ever happened to me in the history of Hollywood and like celebrity kind of stuff, right? Is I did that junket for Nightcrawler, which was by far the most fun, right? Like Rene Russo hit on me. It was the coolest thing that's ever happened. And then Jake Gyllenhaal didn't like any of my rapid fire questions, but he was laughing at it. It was good. So I went to breakfast at a restaurant here in LA on Fairfax called John and Vinny's, and I walked.
Ooh,
It's so
fancy,
good.
yeah.
It's not fancy. It's just
No,
like a tiny.
it's just so good though.
It's so
Same
good.
people that have Animal and all those.
Yeah. Great pizza. If you've never been to John and Vinny's, you'd love the pizza. It's really, really good. They filter the water to try and get the same pH as New York.
It's on
Yeah,
Fairfax.
it's on Fairfax.
Finish
and
this,
they've won in
finish
Santa
the
Monica
story,
now,
then I'm going
too.
to tell you about a good place that PJ Campbell told me.
Oh,
Not
okay.
only told me about, brought to the collision.
No way.
And delivered on his promise.
Okay.
But let's,
All
I
right.
was at Collision. I didn't see it.
yeah, because you got here like 4 hours after it started. Go ahead.
So we walk in. It was me and Amanda, my buddy who had just had a kid, and his wife, and we were sitting there. And Jake Gyllenhaal was sitting across the aisle. And he looked at me, he's like, "Hey man, what's up?"
He remembered you?
He remembered me
Oh,
from that
man.
junket, and Amanda looked at me and she was like, "You know Jake Gyllenhaal?" And I was like, "I know. I just did the interview with him for Nightcrawler. I guess he just remembered." And he walked out and he just shook my hand and left.
Dude, I think he's got a crazy, memory, obviously from being an actor and learning all that shit that he's got to say. But it's like he remembered Coy. Coy auditioned for some movie years ago or whatever it was too. Not years ago, for Stronger, for his brother, and he said Gyllenhaal remembered him from his tape.
No shit,
And it's
that's
like he's
incredible.
got, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
He, I think, is my favorite actor working today.
Is he?
I would die to interview him. I'm obsessed with him. I can't help but feel like 1% jealous, but 99% super happy
Yeah,
for
I
Coy.
get it, for sure.
He's so good. And if you ask me, the #1 biggest Oscar nominee, Rob, of all time, literally all time, it's
Definitely,
Jake Gyllenhaal, Nightcrawler.
100%.
That is.
Who do you lose to?
No, he didn't
nominated.
get
He
wasn't
nominated.
even
He was
nominated.
not nominated.
I don't think that movie was even nominated for anything.
No,
That movie was fantastic.
in the fact that he was, I'm not saying didn't win, although I think he should have won that
But he
year.
should have been nominated.
Nominated.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, the cat. What
That was
are
one
they?
of the biggest snubs all time.
Of all time.
All time. I
What
agree
the
with
hell
you.
are you guys watching?
You forgot in that movie that Jake Gyllenhaal was acting, like that he was Jake Gyllenhaal totally, and I didn't even know that Riz Ahmed was an actor in that movie, and that's all because of Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yeah,
like
man.
putting
He
that
was
dude.
fantastic.
Just
Yeah, that brought Riz Ahmed to my attention as
Totally.
well. He talk
I'll
about
put him on the
another
map.
ridiculously
Yeah,
talented.
put him on the map
yeah,
for sure.
He's insane.
But anyway, so that's something to watch. I can't wait for that episode myself because and Coy and the team over there doing a really great job on comic book shopping. Give it a watch. It's on the main channel, on the Collider main channel. You can check that out for sure. And then this channel, if you didn't know that already, you should be subscribed to it. If you're listening to it on audio, you should go in and make sure that you go to the Collider Live channel.
Because we are so close to 150,000. We're gonna get there by Comic Con.
I don't think so. Oh, I got news for you for Comic Con, by the way. I've made a decision. We're going through hell or high water. We're getting this thing done. We're going to get everybody in that theater for July 20th, and I'll tell you why.
100%.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because what I realized yesterday is even if Marvel announces at 5 o'clock, right? We're making some phone calls, and we're going to try to get the show. The show was supposed to go at 7. We get to try to get the show at 8:30.
That's what I...
Done.
When did
You
say?
realized?
What?
Play the tape.
What tape?
Can you go later?
PTT, dude.
What?
I love how you can hear Cody like
Just
that.
cracking up. I don't know what you're talking about. But-
PTT, Christian.
So Can't Help But
Roxy
Say
has
That.
clearly said this on the show, apparently. That's what I'm guessing.
Literally. On the show, but also off.
Was it inside of your head?
No. Cody?
I mean, Cody. He's going to rewind the tape.
Well, he was laughing, so I thought he remembered.
Do you think Cody's the Jake Gyllenhaal of engineers and he's memorized every
No,
show?
but
Can
I
you
said
imagine?
it.
We'd be fooked.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But point is, we're gonna move it to around 8:30. I already think that I have the undercard in mind.
Who is it?
Right now. I can't say yet.
Can I come?
Yeah, you sure if you want to show up. But I think that it's.
It was so rude.
It was? I would love for you to be there.
I don't think it was rude.
Sure, if you
What?
want to show up.
Yeah, why not? It's gonna be nice for you to be there. But I think that it'll be a spoiler for the collision if I tell you who's gonna be in the undercard.
Denzel Washington.
He might. Yeah, he might be there. But yeah, we said, you know what? Let's do. It's gonna be huge. The title match with Rachel Cushing. Again, if you've seen Collision, you know who she's
I thought
playing.
we had a 2-day thing.
What's today?
2-day spoiler, you could give spoilers.
Well, it's not live. It's not live on the channel yet. Only patrons and people who bought the live stream got it. So it doesn't go
When's it
live
live?
Friday. It goes Friday, so you can get that. And by the way, getting some for the people who did watch it so far, you can get, if you're a patron for the Movie Trivia Schmodown, you can go and catch that event. Right now, it's all patrons. So whether you're at the $10 or the dollar, you can check it out. The whole event is there. And I love one of my favorite comments that I've gotten. I've a ton of them. Is they see someone who goes, see that it's 3.5 hours long, and go, no way, I'm going to watch this whole thing. 4 hours later, I want more.
Right.
You know, it's like,
It's
because
good.
it just moved. My mom watched it. My mom watched the whole thing, and she's like, now I get it. She's like, I don't necessarily know if I like that Schneider guy and the Oyama guy. I was like, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
And she goes, I love the Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing, and she's like, I like them a lot. And Janine, she loved Janine. She loves Janine. She's like,
Janine's amazing.
she goes, so serious though. I go, that's the character. And then because Smith.
Do you think your mom would like the Wildberries and or Josh McCouga?
Well,
Yeah, I do.
She didn't like Snyder, though. Not that you guys are the same, but
He's
was...
way more likable than Snyder.
No,
I mean,
no,
like,
definitely, but
Can you
guys
not
are
like the
off.
Wildberries?
You guys are offbeat.
Yeah, Snyder's one of my favorite people in the world in the show because he's such a. You want to boo him. That's the whole point. Like, and you want to cheer him.
I don't want to boo Snyder at all at any
Well,
point.
he's your manager. You're his manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yes?
I was doing a little searching on that day.
You were trying to do some. You were maneuvering, talking, and
Yeah.
trying to pick some peeps up. I see it. Some good stuff, and you'll find out who's going to be running the league because the manager ball took place too. It was one of the best events we ever did. So I would really
Doing a
recommend.
little MP there, Roxy, huh?
You know,
A little manager poaching.
Manager poaching.
poaching and recruiting.
Not even as and recruiting, yeah.
Recruiting.
And you know what? Not poaching.
No, it's more recruiting. I
Yeah.
saw who you're talking to.
It's memoir
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. What?
It's memoir.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't want to. I never want to poach because I don't want anybody on my team who doesn't want to be there.
That's true. So listen, what I would tell you guys to do is, once again, if you want to check it out, go to right now. You go to patreon.com/schmodown. Get it for at the $1. Sign up for $1. You can see it. It's worth it for sure. And if not, it airs on Friday. So make sure you check it out on Friday. A lot of great matches. And get those tickets for Cushing versus either Kalinowski or Smets, which will be the schmodownlive.com. We're all going to be there. Now we're probably going to you'll be able to go to the Marvel panel, and you can come see the show.
Are you going to try to go to the Marvel panel?
No, because I'm going to have to do too much work to do it. But we want everybody to get there so that we wanted to open it up to the fans and make sure the fans could do both, just in case. So if you're worried about that, you'll be able to do both. You can do Marvel and the Schmodown. We're going to push it. We're going to push it back an hour.
Also, it's kind of more of a party now.
Yeah, it's a party.
Late night party.
That's what I'm saying. So you have something to do. You go to Hall H, and then you come hang out with us afterwards too. So now
Go to the H, then the P.
Yeah, now it's a good day. So go and check that out. All right,
saying
let's
party?
get some moving.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. If the Smets Kalinowski thing makes a rivalry or whatever,
Yes.
can we call it Smelanowski?
I don't know if that's going to go over too well.
Yeah.
It would be better if it was smell. If
Smelling.
I was going to say smelling.
No, we are always
smelling.
shorting. We got to short things.
It's like their celebrity relationship name. If they
Yeah.
started like hooking up,
Cats.
I got to tell you
cats.
something. Let me tell you something.
They're cats.
Let me tell you something.
Doesn't work.
Kalinowski,
No,
Smets,
doesn't
Can I tell you
cats.
something? This whole entire show, I felt like a partnership with you in comedy.
Okay.
You almost killed it just now. With smelling.
Well,
whatever it was.
if you guys are partners, what am I?
You
There.
wanted to do a show here
Yes.
called The Smelling Bee.
I sure did.
And I still think it's effing genius.
I love
Okay.
it.
And you're going to crush me for Smellinowski.
Just for today.
Okay.
Who hosts?
Not even today, for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Who hosts the smelling bee?
The smelling bee was going to be him.
Yeah.
It was going to be one of the. It was,
Oh.
it was going to be one of the. It wasn't a full show. It was.
It was just a
it was
sketch.
for a sketch for Awesome Tax.
For Awesome
We should do
Tax.
it around this room.
The smelling bee, you would win. Well, although I'm sure your nose is damaged from that microphone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I still want trailer reactions.
Trailer
where he
reaction.
looks at trailers.
Actual
and
real trailers.
Real trailers.
Yeah.
The
and
trailer on
reacts.
the back of a truck.
Yeah.
Get it?
This one ain't working the way it should be.
What I like about this one is that it can hook up over here onto the
Right.
Toyota.
This one's still got cat piss in it.
That's alley cat piss. ACP.
And that's going on discount on some of the markets
Here
out
you
there.
go. Right
Remember to
outside your local
subscribe.
Walmart.
That's
ACP.
offensive!
Yeah.
Stop doing that voice. Sorry. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some movie news. There's stuff happening in the world of the movies and stuff of the news and the stuff, and we're going to talk about it. So what is
Yeah.
it?
We're going to go to streaming, though, in a series. And
yes.
Netflix is The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance.
What about it? What about it?
We just got the full cast list revealed.
Tell me.
Lena Headey.
Love it.
Heedley.
She's got to be a sexy. She's got to be.
Madra Farah.
What's that mean?
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Let me see.
Yeah. One of the main Gelflings.
Do you guys, so you guys are not big Dark Crystal
I
fans,
have
right?
no
Huge.
idea what's happening.
You are. So you remember so there was, it was funny because there was
You
this-
don't know Dark Crystal?
No.
do you remember the main noise from the Skeksis? No, it's remember this?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, I remember it.
You guys are
I
selling
could
the
do
show.
that.
Yeah,
That was
that's
pretty
great. Is that
pretty
you? Is
good.
that you?
Are you kidding?
That was
You're
Roxy.
not watching me do
That was
it?
you?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it
She was
coming
like
from
throwing
Chloe.
her voice.
That was really good.
That's your best impression you've ever
pretty
done.
decent.
If you're just tuning in, we're doing Dark Crystal noises. So
So I
DKNs,
think
if you
you will
will.
like it. I think
Yeah.
you will like it. I think you will hate it.
I'll
You think
hate
I'll like it?
Yeah,
Muppets.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you'll like it. No, I'm saying the remake.
The remake.
Oh, you
Fucking
saw
It's
it?
a sequel.
Yeah,
It's
well.
the show you're
Prequel.
talking about.
Prequel.
No, it's
It's a
not.
prequel?
I mean, you couldn't
It's a
see it.
prequel?
They haven't started filming it. What are you talking about?
But I'm saying you're gonna like it when it comes out. How do I know? Because it's what it's all about. From what I saw the trailer itself. We mean they're filming it.
So you think
Yeah.
it's going to be
They're
nominated
making
for
it,
an
and it
Oscar?
is a prequel. It's set many years before the events of the original movie and comes to life using classic puppetry with cutting-edge visual effects.
Love that.
Okay, so Lena Headey,
You like it?
Benedict
CEVS.
Wong as the
Oh,
general.
yes.
Do we have it up on there? Because we can see pictures. Oh no, Cody's got
Oh,
it.
Penny Wong is Skeksis.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Burnt the
Okay.
Then
shit
we
out
have-
of my
Who's
leg.
that? Who's that? Is that
Aquafina
Oh,
as the
nice.
collector.
I
Another
saw the
sketchy.
farewell last night. Holy smokes, she's good.
Hold on, say that.
It's Aquafina, though.
Yeah. All right.
Aquafina is my favorite right now.
amazing.
She's the best.
water,
Sigourney
too.
Weaver is the myth speaker, voice character only. Hannah John
aren't they all voice
Kamen.
characters only?
Guess not.
Yeah,
Hannah
I guess
B?
she's
Hannah
a-
B from The Bachelorette.
Oh.
No.
No.
Okay, then we have
Will you
Dave
accept this rise?
Goals. Oh yeah, and that's it. The Gelfling.
Taron
Taron
Egerton.
Egerton.
Holy shit!
Holy
This is a
moly.
cast, man. Oh, yeah, right
Anya
here. Keep
Taylor
going.
Joy.
Dude, this is like a full-on.
I
This
love
cast is
Anya
crazy.
Taylor-Joy.
This is a
Yeah.
crazy cast.
Oh, Natalie Emmanuel
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
as this person.
Yes.
Katrina Balfe from Outlander.
Outlander. Keep going. Keep
The
going.
David Griffin special.
Helena Bonham Carter. I mean, this is some crazy shit.
Yeah, isn't this
oh,
great?
I got a funny story
That's
about
interesting.
Harry
They-
Potter in a second, but go ahead.
They reference her from King's Speech, is what that.
Harris Dickinson,
Oh, old Harry Dickinson.
Harry D,
HD, baby.
Natalie Dormer. Wait a minute, how do we know Natalie Dormer? Game of
She's
Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Eddie Izzard. Love
Oh,
Eddie Izzard.
Wow. They put him as Ocean's 13. That's his credit.
Theo
That's,
James.
some of these credits are strange.
Okay, I know the Theo James.
Old Theo Jimmy.
Toby Jones. This is dude. This cast is crazy.
Holy
Yeah, it's great.
moly.
Sharon Latif.
That's Shia LaBeouf's sister.
All right. I don't think that's true.
I think you added an R to
There's
that
your
name.
girl. Oh no, wait, never mind.
No, that's
Google,
not it.
Google me that. I always get this wrong.
You go about the rock.
There you go. Thank you. I was thinking about Ruth.
Mark
Ruth
Strong.
Dude, Mark
Whoa.
Strong is. This is a. I mean, this is like one of like the best voice casts I've seen in a very long time. Alicia Vikander.
What
Yeah,
in the
keep going too. There's more.
Who in the world booked all these people? Harvey Firestein. Yeah. Hold on, real quick. Harvey Firestein. We'll go right back to this. What I realized, even though it's one of my favorite movies, comedies, families of all time,
Doubtfire?
Doubtfire.
Yeah.
That his character is so great. with his
brother. He's like the brother.
He's the brother, but he's married or whatever too.
Yeah.
Disappears. Never see him ever again. After
he fixes
the last
the
time.
mask.
The last time you see the
Yeah.
mask, he's like, "Be careful with her. She's an old woman."
Yeah.
and you never see her
Gone.
again. Gone.
Yeah.
Served a purpose.
You're so effing right.
No one talks about it. Like it was such a big part of the story, and it's gone.
I wonder,
Never
you know
understood.
what?
Cut
I wonder
some
if there's
stuff
like,
cut?
it's got to be
I
like
wonder.
a brother-to-brother moment where he's,
But never with the kids or anything.
No.
The only time is like, who did this? And he says, Uncle some and Aunt Jack.
It was
that
early,
Jack, yeah.
It was the early '90s. Movies weren't accepting of gay culture just
No,
yet.
I mean, but that movie, he was. Robin Williams always was, whether it was Birdcage or whatever it was too. So that movie,
Birdcage is so
yeah, it was really weird. Anyway, sorry. So Harvey Fierstein is back. This time we won't see Aunt Jack. Mark Hamill.
Holy
Come on.
Jeez. As the scientist, he's sexy. It's amazing. I love it.
Keep going.
Rafe Ianson from Game of Thrones. Okay.
Guest of the show coming up here.
Butchering some of these
Jason
names.
Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs as the Emperor. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Keegan Michael Key. Dude,
Okay.
this is insane.
Yeah.
This is better than any Pixar cast. Olfar Daria Olfason from True Detective. Simon Pegg.
Holy moly.
What? Dude, Andy Samberg. I mean, this is almost like a joke.
This is
Like,
hysterical.
you're like, this is, wait, maybe this is like their dream cast.
Yeah. No.
Donna Kimball.
No.
The Happy Time Murders, additional character Alice Didn't keep going a little faster here. Lewis Gold, okay.
We're almost
Anyway,
done.
so this is Neil Steinberg. This is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I mean, here's the
Good-
thing.
good cast.
Even with
This
all
is
this
making-
voice cast,
you don't care.
I just don't know.
Yeah. What's
I
wrong?
mean,
you don't care?
Looking at the screen
Oh,
go
it's
like
getting
that
you
was
tired?
making me nauseous.
Nauseous.
That doesn't happen to you guys?
No.
Like in your
Do you
eyes?
get boat sick too?
Yeah.
Motion sick? You do.
Yeah.
What color are your eyes? Are they brown? Yellow? They look
hazel.
Crazy.
Hazel?
Sometimes they do look
Yeah,
yellow.
they're yellow.
Like a cat.
Yeah, like an alley cat. Yeah. All right. So
That joke clearly isn't working anymore for Roxy.
Doesn't matter.
It's not a high five.
it's a lowish five.
We know that.
No, it's like an alley cat. You know, like that.
Like you just look like Brendan Fraser at the award show.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, so this
I
morning.
don't actually know what you guys are talking about.
You've
That
never
sounds
Never
fun.
seen that clip? Please bring
It's
that up.
hysterical.
It's
Brendan,
easy.
so Brendan Fraser was
I
at some
love
award.
Brendan
He was at
Fraser.
some
It was,
award show, and I don't know who was talking.
It was the Golden Globes.
Oh, okay, but so it's this strange clap. It was like 2010.
I probably
Look. Watch Brendan Fraser. it just, I don't. He like
And then
just
he points.
he just spazzed out for a second. It was really weird. Anyway,
I think that's cute.
yeah, well, it went
It
everywhere.
ruined his career.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, I'm
Well, he's making a comeback, by the way.
Huge,
Making a
massive.
comeback, yeah.
It was great
What's
on
he in?
Doom
What's the
Patrol.
show? Doom Patrol. What happened, you two?
He said it ruined his career. That just got me.
Just the slap. Yeah, that's it.
Career over.
Yeah.
He's like, wow.
I was like, you'll never
But
work
Riley-
in this town again.
Actually,
So
really
this
sad.
morning, my daughter finally, like I told you, she's
Which one?
the oldest. She's been reading all the Harry Potter books.
Yes.
already.
HPBs.
At
Yes.
seven, reading all of them, and has finally finished the last one. And I hear her sitting down on the couch, and she starts like cracking up, right? And I'm like, she's like, Dad. She's like, this is funny. And I go, what is it? And she goes, Mrs. Weasley says, not my daughter, you bitch. And I go, no, bad word. She's like, what? She goes, it is. I'm sorry. But you don't have to, I said, you don't have to be sorry. You didn't know. She's like, it was just Mrs. Weasley said it. I said, you do not have to be sorry. I'm like, it's just, and my wife and I had the conversation. Well, bitch is, and my wife's like, well, it's not supposed to be a bad word. It's a female dog. People abuse the word. She's like, well, I just need to know because now I know what words not to say. She's like, the F word. If that kid hadn't written it on the bench at camp, I wouldn't know the F word, and then I would have just said it, and then I would have gotten in trouble. And I go, that's true. So, but
Nailed it.
it was-
Question about that.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about this. Don't know why. But the swear words, fine. I get how you tell your kids that. But how have you guys approached this, or how do you approach talking to them about like derogatory terms if they hear them, or what how to know?
Great question. It's a great question because I think that's one of the things. I mean, for like perfect example is like even like fat, right? It's just there's something to where she said, "Oh, that person it's fat." I mean, she wasn't saying it like mean. She was saying it like just
With a
like,
PH.
Yeah, no. She was saying it like with the way
Like
but-
matter of fact, that person was
right. Right, just the
yeah.
same way you would say, "Oh, that person has a
Tall.
red shirt on." Well, that person's fat. Like not knowing, I'm like, that's not really a kind way to describe somebody. And she got it, and she doesn't say that anymore. But like, it's watching it's learning all that stuff. To watching them take, you just think that people know it right away. But you got to teach people. That's why I always say like, hatred is taught. Hatred is taught, man. Like I don't know. Well, there's something inside of people. But depending on how you nurture it, that you can get either the good or the bad out of it.
But do you introduce the words and let them know not to use it
No,
before, or you wait till they hear them and ask you about it?
The way certain like Discovery, I think right now, because I'd rather like her ask or you hear something and you're like, wait a minute, like. But that, fortunately enough, and look, and the other thing is too, like because she reads so much, she has questions about words. So and so, what does this mean? Well, this can mean that. It could be mean about like I don't let her use like the word like even though it's not necessarily a bad word, but like I don't want her to say kill. I don't want to say this. I don't want her to have those words in her mouth because it's like she'll say like the K word. Because like to me right now at that age, I don't think she needs to say it. I don't like it. Again, and I know this. And this is not. I'm not telling her pushing this on everybody else.
What did she say if somebody got killed?
She'll say K word, and I know what she means.
Okay.
Or she died or something. And I understand what that means. And this is not a critique on anyone on the way they parent. This is just particularly the way that I do it.
Right.
Because that's not to say you shouldn't have your kids say it. That's on you. However you want to explain it. And I think because of the stuff that I've gone through over the last like year, like with death and all that kind of stuff going on, it's just, and what's going on in society in general. You want to keep your kids as innocent as possible. And I think there's some people who, well, you got to also show them the world. You got to make sure that they're prepared for it. It's like, no, it's 7.
What did you think about that part of Big Little Lies? I don't know if you watched it yet, of Big Little Lies when they're in the school assembly and they're upset with what the school's teaching
it's funny.
the kids?
I thought about that too, and it's just like it's depends on how it is brought up, and it depends on how it's discussed. Because I don't think that the way that school did it was right, or did it the right way, and. But again, Laura Dern is so funny in that particular scene.
She's the only thing I'm liking of this season.
Oh, you don't like it, huh?
I'm not really digging this season.
Because for anybody who doesn't know, they're talking about like climate change,
Yeah.
global warming, and whatnot. They're teaching. What are they, second graders or
Just
something?
second grade, yeah. So it's like it depends on how heavy it is because then Laura Dern's daughter thinks that the world is ending and has like a panic attack. So it's like yeah, you got to be very careful with kids because they take things very seriously and they trust people. So, but anyway, it's a road to go down. What's next?
We have some teasing going on with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. They both shared images on Twitter and Instagram. 2 mules with the caption "soon." Yeah. And so people are wondering
Drug
what that
mules.
means. Yeah, drug mules. Breaking Bad is
Or
coming
asses.
back as a movie on through AMC. It's going to air on Netflix first, and then go to AMC
Why
later.
is Cranston? Is he
Okay,
the producer?
We don't know, but a lot of people are speculating
Flashbacks.
probably flashbacks.
There's also conversation on whether or not this is regarding the movie or
Correct.
it's regarding Better Call
Better
Saul.
Call Saul.
And because they have mentioned before that they were not going to put Cranston and Aaron Paul in Better Call Saul that season, but they'd be remiss not to do it ever in the series. So we're not sure what this is in reference to. Or it could be trolling,
Yeah.
which I don't think, or something else.
No, I haven't, and not because I didn't like it. It just fell off of it. I haven't watched Better Call Saul since like this. I watched 2 episodes of the first season. You're all the way through,
love
right?
it,
You
yeah.
love it. So, are they close enough to the time period of when Walter White starts doing his shit? Okay, so it would work.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I need to watch that series.
It's
thank you.
it's
I
like
only watched the first season.
Breaking Bad.
No.
Oh, girl, I don't know. Take it easy. I didn't know.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
TV's my life.
Well,
Although
why
I
did you watch all
didn't,
this?
I didn't watch Mad Men though, so
Right.
it's fair.
Okay, cool. You
I
haven't
did.
seen-
I watched the first 6
I'd
episodes.
say film is your life too. You haven't seen The Matrix, so shut it down.
TV's more my life though. I love film.
Well,
but
don't tell them that. They don't like you on
Big
the show.
Brother.
Yeah, that's true.
Big Brother is life. The
They're
rest
making a
is just
movie,
details.
Big Brother, which is awesome. Yeah, Sam was telling me about it. They're doing like a full, like a theatrical version of Big Brother
Right.
in the house.
It's it's over 2 weeks. You can go each night to the theater.
I'm not
Yeah.
falling
And
for
they-
it.
We had it.
You never had it.
I think we could have got her back on that.
Come on,
if
Stallone,
he
over the
kept
top,
going.
turn the head.
Somebody, Tom commented on this, totally over the top related, but if you follow 70 Sports on Twitter. It's amazing. They posted a picture of Stallone had an action figure from Over the Top, but it didn't have the hat.
Can you remember his name?
Lincoln Hawk.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
He drove the Hawk truck.
It didn't have the hat?
Didn't have the hat in
What
the
kind of
action
stupid
figure.
figure is that?
I don't know.
The whole point is he turns the hat and...
Maybe
Yeah,
it did have
exactly.
a hat at one point, and then he got
No,
hot
this was
and
still
he
in
took
his
it
life.
off.
Let's look, Roxy. Over the top. It's called cheating in arm wrestling.
How do you do it?
You can't do that.
You
It's
can't
complete
do
cheating.
It's legit like the crane kick.
So you so when you have in the movie they lock up and then Stallone's whole thing it's called over the top. So he would take his hands and go like this and then beat the guy, but it's cheating.
I can do that too. I'm double jointed.
But it's cheating.
Did you know that I can't point regular? Have I
Yeah,
ever
I
showed
do this
you
thing
this?
that the audience hates. Like I do this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
so
a
my
tough
arm
one.
like twists
Yeah.
all the way.
Wait, so you can't like do that?
No, it goes from. This isn't gonna be fun for them because they can't see, but it goes from that to that.
Ew.
I can't get it to.
Holy shit!
You kind of look like a Dark Crystal
Yeah,
character.
for all
It's
of them.
sketchy.
Literally, it's every single finger
That's what
is
it
like
is.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Looks like
seen
early
that.
onset
Take my
arthritis.
strong hand, child. That's what it is.
Okay, some strong character work on the show today.
Thank you.
Good character work.
What's next?
Well, I just want to sell you on Better Call Saul, just because we were talking.
I
about
want to see it. You don't have to sell me on it. I want to watch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is basically Breaking Bad, just without Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I do want to see it. I mean,
The first season was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really great. I don't know why. I don't know why I stopped watching it. I just did.
I just stopped watching
Yeah.
it. And it
Yeah.
wasn't because
Same
I'm like
with
I was
me.
bored.
I
just stopped
think
watching
it's because there wasn't as much conversation around it. And one of my
Maybe.
favorite parts of Breaking Bad was talking about it with
Yeah,
everybody.
It wasn't like that. It definitely wasn't that
Yeah.
water cooler show.
The whole thing, because Vince Gilligan did not sell it as a Breaking Bad prequel. He
And
did
it
not
is,
sell it
but
that
it
like,
is.
but it is.
Speaking of Vince Gilligan, didn't he also put out the asses?
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
somebody working
Pictures
on
So
it.
you
of the
could
donkeys.
watch. So if you've never watched Breaking Bad, you could watch Better Call Saul first.
Totally. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the character reveals at certain parts wouldn't give you the yeah.
Right.
But you could totally watch it. It's
To
amazing.
watch it in
Which
a prequel.
order do you think is better to watch it in if you've never seen them?
Breaking Bad first. Yeah.
To get the love for
Totally.
it behind. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I do.
What
I-
order do you think is best to watch Star Wars in?
That's such a tricky conversation because I think that it depends on generational. I think though too. I think
Kid
story
today,
wise,
like if you're
I mean, the way I showed my daughter, I showed her 4, 5, and 6 first. Then I showed her 1 and 2. She hasn't seen 3 yet. She hasn't seen Rogue One yet, but she saw Force Awakens. You know what's so funny about it? And it's not just because of the conversation of and I was at dinner last night and we were talking about Last Jedi. Like one of the main things with that movie that I don't think even if whether you're pro or con, you can. It is the least kid friendly movie out of all of them.
Which one? Revenge of the Sith?
No,
Last Jedi.
Jedi.
It's not. There's not, and that's why the action figures didn't sell. It wasn't kid friendly. It's the only Star Wars movie that my daughter went halfway through, and we didn't. She had to go to sleep, and I was like, "Oh, you want to finish?" She's like, "Nah."
Wow.
And like she's like, she wants to watch it. She wants to watch it before we see Episode 9. But like Empire Strikes Back and Jedi and all that, she's like had to finish it. Episode 1 has to finish it. Like loves Episode 1, loves Episode 2 because those movies are
very kid-friendly.
kid friendly.
Yeah.
But and not because it wasn't holding her interest as far as the it's not kid friendly.
Yeah,
It's just not kid
I
friendly. Even if you
100%
love it,
She
I
didn't
don't
like
think you can argue.
the alien nuns
We didn't
and,
get there.
and
We didn't-
Canto Bite.
We didn't get there.
Yeah.
We didn't get there yet. I mean,
Okay.
she probably will like that. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's my least favorite thing, but she probably will like it.
I always fall asleep in movies. Everybody kind of knows that. And I fell asleep in Endgame.
Yeah.
And when I fell asleep in
Not because you don't like 'em, just
No,
'cause
no,
you're
just because
in
I sleep. I have like minor narcolepsy. During Last Jedi, the screening Last Jedi, I fell asleep like right as they were getting to Canto Bite, and I woke up and I was like, "What happened to that casino? Where did that go? That's gonna be like half the movie."
Yeah, well, but anyway, so that just I'm gonna finish it because I think that I want her to see.
Yeah.
It'll
Be
be
interested
her
to see.
first Star Wars movie, Episode 9, that she ever sees in the theater.
Oh,
She's never seen
yeah.
any Star Wars movies
Are
in the
you
theater
taking her
yet.
to the premiere?
I don't know. I'll probably take my wife. For that one. I'll probably take her to the movies and to see it. I'll just have
I
her
feel like
cry.
you and your wife never go to the
We
movies
went.
together.
We took her to Rogue One. Took her to the premiere, but with kids, it's hard. It's hard to get
Yeah,
out. But,
yeah.
but finally, the youngest one is. I keep calling her baby. She's almost 2 now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How old can you leave your kids by yourself? A real
one.
question.
About 6 months. You're 6 months old.
No,
Just
no,
leave
I
a note.
mean it. I mean it.
By themselves? I don't know. 12.
Like
14?
when can Viv be the babysitter?
I think 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12, 13.
Who is this? Why is someone calling me? Because I'm hoping it's a telemarketer. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna try to
Why
figure
are
this
you
out.
hoping it's telemarketing?
Because that way I can do this.
This
Hello?
is an important announcement from
F you.
Yeah.
It's an important announcement.
From DirecTV. Okay, look, it is 10:50. We still have more stories to talk about, so we're not going to break yet. Cody panicked. What's next?
All right, we have a new Disney Plus movie happening. Ready Player One standout, and sorry to bother you, standout. Lakeith, Stanfield, and Olivia Cooke are
Atlanta standout. Lakeith
Atlanta.
standout.
Okay.
And then, Olivia Cooke was Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
He
they're
read it in the wrong order. You're right.
I did. I read it in the wrong order. But they're in talks
Not
to
impressed
star
right now.
in an untitled fairy tale movie at Disney Plus.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's Susan
I love that.
Johnson.
Live action?
It's live action. Susan Johnson to All the Boys I've Loved Before. The director will direct from a script by Kat Vasco.
Okay.
And we don't know much about it right now, but it's going to be like a kind of a grim fairy tale kind of thing. And a submersive take on fairy tales, a la Shrek Enchanted.
Well, look, this is what is exciting about and smart of Disney Plus, right? Because, and we'll talk about all the streaming wars in a second when we get back from break, but one of the smart things that they're going to be able to do is, what are they going to do? They're going to rope you in with Mandalorian and the Marvel series and the live action series, right? And then they're able to start these brand new series to where it's like, oh, well, I'm already subscribed for $6.99. I'll watch an episode of this, and they have all this brand new stuff that they can do, and all the money that they're going to get from all the other movies and everything. And you put some real effort into these things, so it's going to. Again, I know we're going to really get into this at 11 o'clock, but I just think it's going to be like WCW and WWF back in the day, the Monday Night Wars, and I'm excited to watch it.
Do we think that the streaming service is going to, like, eventually eliminate the Disney Channel?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
it's going to eliminate channels in general.
Yeah. Well, and
I mean,
we'll get in.
Yeah,
This is a great point. I don't want to waste it right now because we have a lot to talk about with the streaming
It's
stuff.
crazy.
There's so much happening. So what?
I don't know what to do right now because you started a conversation and we're not allowed to comment on
you
it.
can comment. I love how your thoughts just come out.
I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I
But
don't
you
know
can, well, make a point. Just don't make all your points about it because
We're teasing.
First of all, we have 10 minutes left. Second of all, it's literally what we're going to talk about at 11 o'clock.
So I'll talk about it at 11 then. If you,
What happened there? Words got a little twisted.
I know. I don't know what to share or not to share.
Just say what you want to say.
Here, I'll make it easy on
Thank
her.
you.
Fast and Furious 9 has started filming.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you now? Here's a question. Here's
Yeah.
a question going off that same thing.
FF9.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yep.
If it delivers, are people going to care more about Hobbs and Shaw, or are they going to care about Fast?
Here's the thing. What is it about Vin Diesel that we know that, like, outside Fast and Furious, and Groot is
Movies
separate.
ain't working.
Right. And so The Rock is no longer going to be a part of the Fast and
Right.
Furious franchise, at least for now. We have Hobbs and Shaw, obviously Statham. They're bringing in John Cena for this. Justin Lin is coming back to direct. I don't know. I think it's interesting that when Fast and Furious 5 comes out and they bring The Rock in, that's when it really started taking off.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the first movie he's not in that Fast and Furious franchise.
Let me take this one as
Please do, as the friend of Rock.
Correct.
Right.
Well, the friend of Vin Diesel.
And
The
Vin
Rock
Diesel.
tweeting. I
Vin
went to
Diesel
Vin
tweets
Diesel's
you,
house.
right, you hung out with
It was
Vin
like
Diesel.
saw the
Showed you
action.
around.
I
You
forgot
thought
that.
you were like stealing stuff from his bathroom.
Correct.
I've also
Yeah.
had dinner with Vin Diesel. I just want you guys to know.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
At the same place or
couple
just?
of times. No, he's Maria's best friend. So.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Well,
It's actually how
way
it
to
is.
bury the lead. Have you ever said that on the show?
he's the nicest guy. Holy crap!
Yeah, he
Not
had like
totally
400
relevant.
people over
him
his
and,
house.
Him and
No.
Stallone and the same dinner as me. One of 10 people. Pinching myself.
Potatoes.
Yeah, it's good. Keep going. It's good.
You know, I actually figured it's cool in my head.
But I've never been to his house. You
Never
got me
been
there.
to- oh, I've never
You got me there.
Bang, bang, bang.
Irish hat.
Cody, how many more minutes do we have?
About 5.
Let's
see if they can do it then.
Okay, so
Yeah, Tim.
I think the Fast and Furious.
Hold it together. Hold it together.
We're going to get through this news.
Don't figure it out. Whatever it takes. Figure it out.
Put the camera on
Whatever it
Roxy.
takes.
Her face is funny.
Get it going. Come on. Pacino chimes in.
Just be silent.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Say it.
I'm at a Rite Aid.
Jeff's in the house. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Nice to see you.
Roxy T.
Makuga, finish the story.
Hello?
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
FTS.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, this is Gary Busey. I just want to let Makuga know that if you would like to take a bagel and put a puppy dog on it, that would be a crime.
We named the puppy dog Indiana.
Sean's here, too. Hello, Sean. Come out of a time.
Well, I can't do that. I'm spending too much time on my island.
Okay, send me a margarita.
You got it.
Okay.
Salt on the rim.
Makuga, finish the story.
I
Do
finished
you have
the story,
words in
Jack.
that gullet of yours?
I'll finish the story, Jack.
Yeah.
Do your John Lovitz.
It's your old pal Jack here. Finish.
Well, the movie is it's about family, so it's always been about family, and Fast and Furious 9 will still be about
Vin
family.
Diesel driving the car. Fast and furious.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it'll be great. It's Fast and Furious. It can live without. It lives on its own. They've recreated the brilliance that is Fast and Furious.
All right.
All right, it's a good answer.
That was a long way to go for a taco.
But we made it.
We made it.
Cody, I'm sure you want to go to break.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, we're going to go to break.
Let's do it.
When we get back, we're going to talk about the streaming wars because they have begun.
Hey guys, Riley here, and let me tell you about Rule of Two. You looking for a Star Wars fix? Well, Rule of Two is that show. It drops on Collider Video's main YouTube channel, as well as on Podcast One's Jedi Council feed. So go over there, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's hosted by myself and Mark Fernandez. We talk everything in the Star Wars universe with a lot of deep dives and a lot of conversations that go all in. You know what to do. Subscribe, join us there, and rise.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, the host of Collider Mailbag. A new episode drops every Saturday and Sunday in your face and in your ears, answering the questions from you fans about the world of entertainment, film, and television. Me and great guests from our sphere do the best to answer your questions from Twitter, from Instagram, and of course, email as well, every Saturday and Sunday.
Hi, I'm Coy Jandro, host of Collider Heroes, and I'm here to tell you we've got 20-minute episodes coming at you on Collider Video, on the YouTube, as you've always loved it. Plus, now we've got hour-long podcasts dropping every Thursday, so make sure to subscribe to the podcast because it's going to get even more sweaty on the podcast. Plus, every week, we're going to try to get some very special guest interviews, all of the people that help shape these movies and TV shows you love. So, video, podcast, interviews, all coming at you. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Stay sweaty.
Hey guys, Perry Nemiroff here to let you know that The Witching Hour is all over Collider right now. You can listen to that Horrorville podcast with myself, with Haley Fouch. We talk about witchiness, we talk about slashers, we talk about space horror, you name it, all on that show on the Collider Factory feed. We also have clips on the Collider Podcast YouTube channel, and on top of that, you can find an article all about Witching Hour every single Tuesday on Collider.com. Check it out, get scared, hopefully you survive the Witching Hour.
What's up, Collider fans? Ryan Satin here from ProWrestlingSheet.com, where you can find the top stories throughout the week in the world of professional wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan like myself, then you'd be doing yourself a disservice by not checking out all the shows we do every week on YouTube.com/C/Wrestling Sheet. In particular, on Wednesdays, we've got a SmackDown recap show hosted by John Roca and myself, where we pick apart and talk about every little thing that happened on the Blue brand. So do yourself a favor and go subscribe at youtube.com/C/Wrestling Sheet.
Hey guys, Perry here to let you know about the new edition of Collider Movie Talk. We are going to 5 days a week. We have a short, sweet 20-minute show where we focus on the two biggest stories of the day. You can expect to see all of your favorite Collider personalities on the show, including Jeff Snyder, John Roca, Haley Fouch. You're getting Josh Makuga every Friday. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be informative, fun. Come join us. 3 p.m. PT Live every single day of the week. right here on the Collider Video YouTube channel.
better
You can also
listen,
find the
Jack.
show on the Collider Movie Talk feed on our podcast network. So go watch, go listen, however you prefer to get all of your movie news.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, the host of
people
Collider
are
Sports
stupid.
Time. Well, you know, if you've been watching us
I'm bullying
every
you,
week,
you
you know we
don't
break
like
down the
it.
latest and the greatest in the world of sports, talk about the big issues, the big games, all of it with a rotating band of guests like Matt Nose and Josh McCouga. We've had Taylor Bisciotti on. We've had so many great guests. Now, if you want to see more of Sports Time or you want to try it out for the first time, remember to subscribe to Collider Sports YouTube channel. And if you want to take us along with you in your ears, you can go and subscribe to the Collider Sports podcast feed for all the sports goodness.
Hey guys, it's Riley here. Let me tell you about the Riley Roundtable. You know it, right? It drops every Thursday on Collider Conversations, and I have guests from all across the space. John Roca, Gray Drake, Alexander Desplat came on at one point. We talk everything from movies, we talk about life, and everything in between. What do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about? It's the Riley Roundtable every Thursday on Collider Conversations. You get it there.
Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm Christian Harloff. I'm the host of Collider Jedi Council. We talk about everything Star Wars, and if you want to catch our weekly show where we talk about the latest and greatest in Star Wars, it's movie news, it's canon, it's all of it. We take questions from you guys. How do you do it? Main channel, that's right here. Subscribe to this channel, and you can listen, you can watch, you can do all of it. But if you want to just listen to it, you got the podcast feed too. Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, you can listen to it in your car. Do all of it. It's Star Wars. Episode 9's coming out, and then after Episode 9, you got TV shows, so we're going to be your sports center for Star Wars. Do it. Come on. Be real. It's sad that's going
Shoes and
away
beef and
from
shoes and beef and
Netflix.
shoes.
It's Collider Live, everybody. And we're back on this Wednesday, and there's some news going on in the world of streaming that, big news, that
Big
they're
news.
taking The Office away from Netflix.
Yep.
And so people are losing their minds.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be for their own NBC
Universal,
Universal streaming service. It's going to launch in 2020, at least the Office is. We don't know exactly when it's going to end.
Right.
But Roxy and I were talking off air.
So
It's probably
2021.
2020 will be the last year you can get The Office on Netflix.
And so, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll ask the TV people here that the creator of the American Office is doing a show with Steve Carell on Netflix. So that's kind of like the answer, which is a comedy. So that's kind of like the answer of what Netflix is then going to do. Yes,
Reese Witherspoon. It's takes place in a behind the scenes of a news, like a late night, not like a news. It's a news program.
Right. So it's basically them saying, don't worry about it. You know, you can go and enjoy the old Office episodes, but we've got a brand new show with
I know that they made this announcement about Friends a while ago, and then they took it back, and then they said they were doing it. But I am curious.
I'm wrong.
it's Space Force.
It's called Space Force. It's like the Steve Carell show. Sorry. So Space Force is basically like about the Donald Trump thing being like this people that have been tasked with creating
The sixth branch of the U.S. military.
I was gonna say I don't. But
The
what
Reese
you
Witherspoon
were
is
talking
the
about
news
sounds,
program
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's a different show.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's not in this one,
No.
but it's the creator of the American Office that is going to be reteaming with Steve Carell, and it'll be on Netflix, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that will be on
Kind of their
Netflix.
answers. Go ahead.
I'm kind of curious though because so NBC throwing in their flag for the NBC Universal streaming
Yep.
service. What are they gonna take?
Friends.
From,
Friends will ultimately
well,
go
that's
there.
what I was just talking about. Because Friends supposedly was going to be
Well,
stopping their.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Finish. Well, if you think about it, NBC sure aired Friends, but it's owned by Warner Brothers. So
right? So that's
actually, I'll take that back. We don't know how those rights will work out yet.
exactly what I was getting at. I'm just curious what their shows are going to be
Right.
because you would think if NBC Universal is doing a streaming app and they had both The Office and Friends, they would have made that statement.
That's true.
That we're taking this.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like, I love The Office. I don't know. I'm signing up $10 a month or whatever it is to watch The Office reruns, where I can just buy the Blu-rays if I needed to, or something else, whatever it might be. That's probably again very similar to what we were just talking about with Disney. That's their hook to get people in. Oh, you can watch all because The Office is very popular on Netflix. One of the most popular things that they have.
It's like The Office and Friends is what everybody watches.
Yeah.
On Netflix. It's crazy.
It's just easy.
That's the thing.
Easy to watch.
That's not why they sign up. It's just when they sign up for all the other stuff, whether it's the Stranger Things or whatever the big programs that they have, and then they look over and they go, let's watch some Friends. Let's watch.
Yeah, because to be honest, I would pay up to $8 to watch an only Friends streaming service if I could access it wherever I was, because I'm that big of a
You're a
diehard.
mega fan, yeah.
I'm a diehard.
Right.
I'm in the tiniest minority of people who would do that, so you have to have another hook.
Here's
You gotta have new material.
Yeah.
I mean, here's what I've been kind of saying all along too, is that these streaming wars are going to create cable television again. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, because they're going to have to package.
They're going to have to package. They're going to have to bundle. You're going to have to get other stuff in there, and then basically you're going to be like, well, why don't I just go back to cable?
Which apps do you want? Which things?
And then your cable package, because I still have cable because I need sports, and I like to flip through channels. I cannot just like click on a streaming service, click through what's this. I like my cable. I like looking at it. I like flipping through channels.
But you're old school though too now.
I'm a
at this
little
point.
old school.
I do not have cable, although I do have my brother's Xfinity for sports. Literally, it's the only thing that I go there to watch is that, because everything else I can find online.
Sure. Roku to me is life. I love Roku, and I think that we still have DirecTV, but that's for the kids and for my wife and all this. But it's really unnecessary, to be honest with you. Like I could have everything that I get. I can get through all the apps that I need.
I still watch a lot of network television. I still watch a lot of. I watch a ton of sports.
But all your stuff you can get on streaming services.
Exactly, but I now have
Not till
access
the next day.
I have access.
That matters to some people.
I have access to everything via my cable package.
Right.
So I can watch all the sports. I have my HBO, my Showtime, my Cinemax. I have all those apps accessed via my cable.
I have that on my Amazon.
On your Amazon?
My HBO is on my Amazon.
That's what I have too.
Yeah, like all of that is there.
Yeah.
I
got rid of the HBO Go, and it's the same thing. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Eventually, you're going to have an Amazon channel on your cable. You're going to have. I'm telling you that it's going to eventually get back, because you're going to be able to start streaming things in a different way very, very soon. When this technology starts hitting, they're going to start pricing different things out so that your packages are all going to make sense.
Well, it's also because you're not wrong, because people are eventually, because there's so many out there that people are going to go, why am I subscribed to this? So here to me right now, as the landscape stands today, Netflix is the champion. Netflix is there's
that's your hierarchy.
That's he's sitting on the throne.
Yep.
More than your HBO.
HBO is a cable channel.
It's still a cable channel.
But
even
I'm
though
saying
streaming.
that you're paying for, because is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about streaming?
I think streaming services in general, because HBO you get HBO Go.
I consider that almost just my streaming service.
Yeah, I'm with
All right,
Roxy,
we
because
can
I
put HBO in
bought
there.
HBO. I pay for the app
Me
on
too.
HBO.
It's an app for me.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I would put HBO. I think that's fair, because it's the same thing. You're getting it through Amazon.
Yeah.
So it's something. So
You have to pay extra for HBO through Amazon, or is it just through your Prime you get HBO?
no, you have to pay a little extra for
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have having to buy it like
so
a
that's why
service.
that's why I agree. I think Roxy's right. I think so. But I still think that Netflix is still because of all they have so many programs, so
original
much
movies
stuff,
now,
TV
series,
shows, everything. So
and then all the stuff we
Netflix
can
Could you live with just Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I don't think I could. I don't think there's enough stuff on Netflix for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say streaming service number one is Netflix. HBO probably is second in command. I'd put Amazon at 3. Would you?
Yeah.
Because of what?
I mean, there's a lot of original programming.
Yeah, but
stuff.
what do you watch on Amazon?
You should watch HBO.
Here's the thing.
Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
Movies.
There's only like a couple
Do you?
Amazon original series that are like really worth your time on Amazon.
Fleabag.
But you can get Fleabag via the BBC if you have the BBC app or if you have cable.
So do you put Hulu above
I
Amazon?
100%
Yeah,
put
I
Hulu
think you're
above
right.
Amazon.
I think you're right.
But I mean, to me, Handmaid's Tale, I would
right.
pay just for that alone.
You're right. So
And I do pay for just that alone.
And there's
pretty
other,
much.
and basically what we just said before, even though it's a
Watching
day
TV.
after, you can watch TV. So I think you're right. I think it's Hulu then Amazon.
Like I could get rid of Hulu right now, totally, and
You'd be okay.
be fine.
Yeah. Well, you also
Because
have
you have cable.
Because I have cable.
Right. And then after that, then you start to get the stragglers, whether it's CBS or DC or even the WWE network, right?
So to me, DC is 100% because of how great Doom Patrol was. It's as good as any of these other flagship
this
shows
is
that
personal.
we
This is
talked about.
personal preference.
Right.
0.001% plus you host a DC show.
You know, she's saying personal
100%.
preference.
But just for me, when
I
we're-
would say
we're saying our own
success-wise.
rankings.
But I would no, I'm not really
The
talking
Nickelodeon
about.
has one as well.
Nickelodeon does have one also. And I would say
And then there's an anime
I actually
one
would
too, I
say
think.
WWE is up there.
Sugar Crackle or something like that.
If you think about
WWE.
WWE for what it does.
How much is it?
It's $9.99 a month.
Crunchyroll, that's the animated one.
Crunchyroll, yeah.
But $9.99 a month, and it's you remember you're obviously you're not getting that, but it's very popular, keeps them in business. So, but I think that the King is going to be challenged come November. Is it November or October? It's November, right?
November. Yeah.
When Disney Plus comes out, because Disney Plus is going to be $6.99, as where Netflix is what, $14 now or some shit.
Yeah, I pay I think $12.99 now.
Something. It's something crazy. So the question is, do we think that Disney will automatically take the number 2 spot, or do we think right away that it'll take the number 1 spot?
Okay.
And then there's Apple TV coming, and Warner Brothers also with theirs.
Here's the thing.
But they don't come until next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that Netflix has and will have over a lot of those. Now, I don't know because we haven't seen them, but the amount of Netflix stuff that they have purchased from international and or other shows and calling them Netflix originals.
Bodyguard, right?
Bodyguard, all that kind of stuff, is that Netflix has the library.
Yeah.
It is the library, and that's why I said, and people are like, because I guarantee people are like, McCook can just live with Netflix. Listen.
You're talking about the library for
Everything.
not original content. You're talking about the backlog.
They have the biggest library. I mean, I think
But
across
are they
the
going to start
board.
losing it though? Because now all these other streaming services. That's the whole thing.
And not just because of the shows that they had, but the shows that they were making that
But
they
now-
were buying from properties.
Correct. And now there's going to be these bidding wars for all these. Now it's going to be like Disney Plus original, but it's some show that aired on the CBC in Canada, right?
Or Fox show.
Totally.
Because now they have all the Fox shows. But like Disney will also say, hey, look, all the movies that we've ever done, you're never going to see them on Netflix. They're all going to be on Disney Plus or Hulu. You know, because now they own Hulu also.
The Disney's probably going to get, and the only thing that I really watch, as far as Fox shows go, are either The Simpsons or Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And Fox really
So what's
hasn't.
that going to be on Hulu now?
I think that'll probably go to Hulu, right? And I don't, which I think it already is there, but
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to look at
they're
the
shared.
Kind of a
Shares.
random question, but in this, why can I go? So I also, you guys know, I watch all Shonda shows. I love Shonda shows.
Right.
I literally watch them by going to abc.com, and as long as you're up to date, you're fine because they only have the most recent
what's that?
4
That's
all the
Shonda-
time.
that's
so
Grey's
that's Grey's
Anatomy.
Anatomy.
Yeah, okay.
It was How to Get Away with Murder
Right.
and Scandal, but Scandal not being there anymore, but still How to Get Away with Murder, Grey's Anatomy. I go to abc.com and I can watch them. Why can I do that?
Why can you do
Yeah.
that? I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I think you're able to watch like a couple of the first broadcast shows, and then
You
they
can watch
take
the
them
whole
away.
series?
No, but you can't. You can only watch the most recent 4, but I'm always up to date. So I just
watching it off the.
I go to abc.com. Same thing with CW. I do
Yeah.
it with Riverdale. I can do it with any of my CW shows.
It's crazy. I mean, you know, again, maybe because it's not.
CWTV.com.
Well, it's also because it's free television, right?
Totally.
So why not just put it on the internet? It's not cable.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just interesting that you can just
It's
have a
always
computer
supposed to be
now.
free.
You don't need to have a television. You can have a
But
computer
it's
and
smart.
you can watch all these
It's
things.
smart because, again, if you buy a television, you can just hook it up with an antenna, you'll get it. You know, so you're
And
not,
there's still commercials.
Yeah.
Here's
so-
the other thing that's going to start. I mean, depending on where laws go and everything with net neutrality is, if you don't have the internet fast enough to stream a lot of this stuff, you're going to have to up your
Yeah.
internet, and then you're like, well, maybe I should just go back to cable.
That's what I'm
But I
wondering.
can't go back to cable because it doesn't offer the things I need.
I understand that. So you're going to have to do both.
Both,
Yeah.
possibly.
Right? And
Yeah.
that's where they're going to toast it.
I just think that there's going to have to be, because what is the average person willing to spend on television?
Right.
I'm talking about all the streaming and cable, everything combined. What is it? Is it 50? Is it 70? Is it 100? Is it 150? Like, what is the average person willing to spend
I think
on
with
their
all the
viewing?
apps and the cable and everything that I have, I'm spending somewhere around like 165 a month.
But
like
what
150.
totally, I feel you, but average person. I'm saying, what
I
is
would
the
say
average person
$80 to $100 is what people. I think the average person spends on
is
cable and
willing to
streaming.
spend?
Yeah, I mean, willing is a very different word.
I mean,
that's why I was so
ultimately
shocked.
will be willing because they'll
Right.
have to bundle. Because I think if you want to be able to see everything like I do, I'm also spending a crazy amount of money right now.
Didn't they already say that with Disney that they're going to be bundling because they have the ESPN and everything too? Because
And
they
Hulu.
Right. So when they announced, nobody knew how much Disney Plus was going to be. Everyone thought it was going to be anywhere between like $12 to like $20, right? Because of all the shit they were giving you. And then they said $6.99. I couldn't believe that. $6.99 was great. There's no chance it stays at $6.99.
For a month.
Maybe, yeah, like anywhere between
Maybe
a month
that's
to
an
3.
introductory rate.
They're going to let you get their new show, like Loki and Mandalorian. They're going to get you hooked on it, and then they're gonna go, okay, here's that crack. If you want to keep smoking it, then you got to make sure that you come back when it's
6 months at
$10.99.
$6.99, then it goes to $10.99,
and people will be fine with it because you're going to give them the quality. Anyway, point is that I think at like 15 or 16, you get ESPN, you get Hulu, or whatever the hell else they got going on too. So they have a lot to offer.
At what point do you get FX? Or
Right.
is that not how it works?
I don't know how it works. Yeah, but I think that's
Fox,
just questions.
right?
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know
just
Disney.
questions. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys know anybody that uses YouTube TV?
Yes.
People who watch.
Just about to say,
Yeah.
YouTube TV and PlayStation Vue are both roughly the same price. You get most of the channels that you get on cable service, and they have a DVR. So if you do like $40 on that and just do a handful of apps, you're only spending like 60 or 70 bucks.
That's exactly what I do. I switched to PlayStation Vue, and I'm never looking back because Spectrum was awful. I couldn't deal with it. It was high priced, and I got out of it.
I thought YouTube TV was $49. Because then I'm not only spending that. If you're spending then an average of $8 on 6 other apps, right? Then it's not $60.
Right.
But then again, I'm trying to watch everything.
It's again why I really like if I was just on my own, I would just have Roku, and that's all I would need.
Yeah.
Because I can just get the apps that I needed. You know?
That's what I have.
Yeah, and it's the easiest way to do it. But anyway, so we all do. So let's go back to that question now. I think Netflix holds the throne for a while. I think even with the addition of Mandalorian and all these things, I think Disney takes the 2 spot and has to figure out their way. It's really about how their original programming hits, and can they create shows from new IPs, because they have all the
Disney.
Disney's got Marvel, and they have Star Wars, and they have this, and those things will pop. But what can they do with their original programming?
I think what they need to do in order to be a true competitor, Riley, you were talking to us about that original movie that Disney Plus is doing.
Yep.
They need original TV shows.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't be. Streaming service is great for TV, mediocre for movies. It's nice to be able to watch a movie there, but you need original IP for TV to keep bringing people back.
Because that's what Netflix did so
you
well.
don't think Loki and Mandalorian off the top?
Yes, off the top, but I need original IP for their TV, not necessarily their movies. Their TV. They've got to bring something to the table that isn't that stuff.
Right, because Loki's going to be with Tom Hiddleston, right? It's going to be 6 episodes, but that's probably going to be it because Tom Hiddleston is Tom Hiddleston.
But they're also doing, Black Widow and
the Black Widow movie,
Scarlet Witch,
right,
and Hawkeye, and.
But I see what you're saying, because what Netflix does so well is we get like the Ozarks, we get Stranger Things, and like there are like what are some other great ones? I know
Orange
they're
is
out
the
there.
New Black.
Orange is the New Black.
Back in the Day, House of Cards.
Right. But the flip side of that.
But
the flip side of that also is the fact that Netflix didn't own any other IPs as big as Marvel or Star Wars, so they don't. So Disney has that
creating these shows,
right? But they created, and that's what they did. They created off, and they got a lot of views off of that for sure for having those particular things. But I think
now they are. Do you know that they're trying to do their own comic book series and have their own IP?
And that's smart.
And that's them trying to compete with Disney now.
And so they're basically doing the same type of thing. But I think because of the success of like the MCU, by leading in with Hawkeye and was Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then having those like little limited series, then you get Cassian Andor and you get Mandalorian. By starting out with that and bringing that hardcore fan base in first, and maybe you get some new people, then start to do exactly what you're talking about now too. All right, let's because they're gonna keep playing off of they're gonna go to that well many times. They're gonna go to the MCU, they're gonna go to Star Wars if they're popping and people really want to see more of it, because Obi-Wan. If they don't announce that series, I'm going to be. I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
And as they should, but the problem becomes if you are not the biggest Star Wars fan, or you feel slightly behind, you can't just only have Star Wars content and expect to have more than Star Wars fans.
Right, because that's it's just going to turn into like a geek. We'd be watching,
stream.
But it's been a geek stream.
What DC's problem is now.
Right, you want to get more people involved in it too, even though this is big IPs. You're absolutely right, but that's also why you get in the families with the live action movies, Lady and the Tramp, and all these other movies that they're doing. But yeah, you couldn't be more right to where you've got to start developing new things inside of it. But the tricky side there is if it's too adult, it lands on Hulu, and if it's got to be right, and if it's too family, then maybe you lose some of the people that you want to get.
I don't know if they should have right now, yes, but in 10 years from now, 5 years from now, I don't know if there should be a Hulu, a Disney Plus, and an ESPN at streaming.
You're never going to see a really adult version type shows like a Daredevil on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if there's like a Disney Plus Unlocked. And it's like you pay a little bit more and then you unlock the rest of the stuff, because I think that it's going to be challenging for people to understand and know what to get. And also, part of this is foot traffic. So how many times have you been on Netflix and you started a series? Maybe not you, but Josh, how many times have you been on Netflix and you started a series that you had no idea you were going to watch?
Never.
That's never happened to you?
No, like
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, like something will pop up and I'm just like,
Oh,
that's how I started
it's
watching
Bruno?
City,
What If?
Tales of the City.
I started watching What If.
Oh, so it does happen to you, and then all of a sudden I'm all the way through because it's just there. So like I think that Disney, it's silly for them to have people in different places.
I know the problem is also,
want.
but it's also what they've done very well is they know their brand, right? And they don't whether you have an unlocked thing or not. It's like if you're on there and they start putting up these kind of adult oriented things, it's a slippery slope. It's
I
a slippery
completely
slope
feel you.
because it's a very different brand for what it's always been built on since the 30s, for God's sakes. So
then you're gonna again. This is where the streaming war comes in. Is you're gonna then get like a Disney bundle. Right,
Yes.
you're going to get these Disney bundles that it's going to be like, okay, I got my Disney bundle. I get all this for like $22.99.
that's what they already said. They said and they announced that already.
Yeah,
They said it's going to be that and ESPN and Hulu and all that.
Right,
Yeah.
and then Disney is going to start purchasing all these other things. Like eventually, you would imagine that YouTube TV gets bought by one of these. Like there's no way that YouTube TV is making the money that is necessary. I mean, I know YouTube's owned by Google and all this kind of stuff, but there's not enough people, and maybe PlayStation is different. But again,
I completely agree.
there's a ton of
no
people like myself, like a lot of people that I know that don't have a PlayStation, that either use an Xbox, or people like my wife who do not want to go onto an app and hit YouTube TV and scroll through that. They just don't want that, right? Like we use the Roku, we definitely, but there is something about, I don't know if it's just me, but we have all the channels. I'd like scrolling through and seeing stuff that I want to. Friends is always on.
We didn't even put YouTube. I mean, Cobra Kai. We didn't even put YouTube on here.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Is that premium?
He brought it up. Yeah.
No, it's not YouTube TV. It's YouTube Premium.
Yeah, you
right.
get
Right.
YouTube
I thought
Premium.
they were lumped into the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, to your point, what does it mean?
That's the only
Cobra Kai's the only game in
Only
town.
game
They
in
don't
town.
have, they don't have, nobody gives it. You guys probably could because you're TV people, but like I couldn't tell you what else is on that.
Champagne,
Kind of how I
Illinois.
feel about Hulu.
Yeah.
It does. I know
Handmaid's
because I'm
Tale,
TV. It's Handmaid's Tale.
Right.
Is the game in town. There are other ones, and I know what they are, but that's the show
That's
that
the main
Hulu
show.
has.
But I want to ask your opinion on this, because if The Office is
Stinks.
going to the NBC Universal thing, is it going to be pulled off of cable? Is it going to be so we can't be like TBS?
Yeah,
I
reruns.
fall
You mean
asleep.
They make so much money.
Yeah, they
in
make too much money
syndication.
off of
So then,
hackers.
if it's going to be, because that's what I get in bed and I usually watch The Office or Family Guy as I'm falling asleep. Now
On Netflix or on
no,
TV?
just on cable, right? So if these things are on this app, then why go buy an app if The Office is going to be on TBS at night?
Well, because you assume that you're going to give a lot more. That's just one of the
You have
things.
it on
It's
demand. You
just
can get it right there.
right there, no matter when you want it. Because
Instead of waiting to 10 o'clock
or
at night.
DVRing it. You know, it's always it's just there for you.
That's
kind
because
of-
that's what I'm wondering if it's going to
because your
phase out
question-
cable.
Because your question was, they still do all that stuff now, right? And it's one of
Yeah.
the most popular things that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because as you're scrolling, I mean, but like we said, you were signing up to Netflix for other things.
And you're getting commercials,
you gotta
cable.
You got to give us other things. That's the main thing.
The exact reason why I still listen to radio is why it's still cool to have TV. Because you turn it on and somebody else that's playing the music for you, and you don't have to think about it. You just go to the next station or the next station, and it's just doing it for you.
And a lot of people still listen to radio.
Yeah, because
they
I don't
really do.
you guys know I still don't even have Spotify or Apple, any of those things. I get in my car, I put on the radio.
I'm addicted to Apple Music though right now. It's like a
But
streaming
see,
service. It's like a streaming service.
There are people that are addicted to
Spotify.
music. I've never been like an addicted to music guy. I like talk radio. I like sports talk radio. I do listen to podcasts, but I still love listening to sports talk radio in the morning. I still listen to like afternoon drives, different places. Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
I love the radio.
Yeah.
Though I do think we're a dying breed.
It's
for sure.
Yeah, it's true. Well, that's why. I mean, look, it's one. But I don't know if we are necessarily. It's just that
It all comes full circle sometimes.
But by the traditional sense of it, I agree. But this is why, like originally when we started, like this show, right? It was like a lot of the people who are not used to traditional radio was like, "Well, they're trying to be like a radio show." And then those same set of people, and I'm curious if a lot of people feel this way, started to kind of get it more because they weren't as familiar with it. Because a younger generation who's not listening to radio as much and is streaming and doing all those things, that they aren't introduced to it as much, and there's not that type of feel.
Because do you not feel like we are doing a radio show?
Yes, I feel 100%.
That we are doing. Yeah.
That's my point.
Me too.
My point is that that's what Toad Hop was to me. Toad Hop, to me, I respond better in a radio type of setting because it's just you get better conversation out of it, you get better moments out of it, and that's why, like I said, I've always been a Stern guy, and like to me it was like that's when you get the best materials out of it, and a lot of people aren't just familiar with that because it is the age of, and I think that's why podcasts kind of boom up the same way. Podcast is the new form of radio. It overtook radio, and it's one.
But all the radio stations released their shows as
on podcast
podcasts.
form, and it was so funny because a lot of and as much as I love Stern, he was a big advocate against podcasting for a very long time. I don't know what his stance is today on it, but it's.
I think he's become more lax about it.
But because he's old school, and and you know, this is before the internet. He earned a spot. And he earned, like anybody can turn on the radio now, and I mean just microphones and release spot. Doesn't matter who you are, you can do it. And to the old school guy, it's like you had to fight to get a spot inside of like the college radio stations and really earn it. So I understand where you're just like, what the fuck? Everybody can just do whatever the hell they think they can do. What I do,
right?
But it is. So it's weird that I agree what you're saying to where it's like we're a dying breed that we don't like radio, but then. There are a lot of people who love podcasts, and podcasts is kind of like the form of the new radio. You know what I mean? So it's like...
No, I mean literally the radio.
Like the actual radio itself.
Like when I'm talking about the radio, I'm talking about TV.
You're turning it on.
Right. Yeah.
Totally. Right. Yeah. That's
and here's the thing is like... when I'm tuning through, like let's just say so here's how my TV works is I turn it on, I go straight to ESPN, if SportsCenter's on, I watch a little bit of SportsCenter or whatever. Then I go to TBS or something and see if Family Guy or Seinfeld or Friends is on. That's what I watch. Then I go straight to the pay channels and see what movies are on. And then I start like flipping around. I've always been like a serial flipper. I can't do that with streaming.
I'm so serious. I'm so curious to what your life is going to be like once you have children, because it's your job to watch all this stuff too. Like it's one of the things that I know that if I wasn't doing what I do, I wouldn't be seeing as many movies as I do.
Totally.
My wife's only accepting of the fact that I'm going out to see a screening because it's my job. That's what I have to do. But she doesn't love it. But like the fact that I got to be gone 3 nights in a row.
Do you guys think that these services will start to have a shuffle?
Oh. Like, just what can pop up?
Yeah, or like their own channel. So maybe you go to Netflix, and when you click the Netflix app, something is playing, and then it's shuffling through, or whatever, based on you. And then if you want to click, you want to click off of it, then you can click off.
It's actually a smart technological thing.
Yeah, I mean, they do that with like the trailers and stuff now for Netflix.
Yeah, but I feel like I would use it more if it was like based off of my most 50 recent things that I've watched. Now I know that it's going to be doing How I Met Your Mother and Friends and whatever. It's just going to be shuffling through. I put it on mindless in the background. I don't know. Maybe that is more similar to what people
actual
want.
television.
Yeah.
That's good talk, guys.
Yeah.
I like what we're doing over here. So if we can have the phone lines open up, thank you so much, Sean. If we can have the phone lines open up, and then we'll hear from you guys. Anything you want to talk about? It doesn't necessarily have to be just the streaming stuff. If you have your opinions on that, or traditional radio or podcasting, whatever you want to talk about.
Needless abbreviations that we've been crushing this whole episode.
Nonsense, whatever you want to talk about, and you had a chance.
I want to talk about something.
What you got?
I have a cool video. You want to see it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. I have it in the notes, Cody, under videos and photos and weirdness.
What is this? Set this up for me.
All right, so there's a dog on the beach, right?
Oh,
no. This is awesome.
The dog is on the beach.
That's all we need to know.
And
here we go.
Yep.
So can you zoom in? All right, so the dog's on. What's that coming? Oh,
it's a shark.
It's a shark.
Oh, all the dogs are coming in and say, "What's up?" The dogs are attacking the shark.
They're attacking the shark. Don't mess with my buddy.
What are those? Dude, what kind of dogs are those? Look at that muscle.
I think those are the dogs from John Wick.
Dude, that dog is jacked.
Yeah.
Get
him.
You don't fuck with those dogs.
Those dogs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they are killing that shark.
Did they let the shark go?
I don't know. I think the shark gets out.
That shark's like, oh fuck this, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
It didn't die, right?
Isn't that? Yeah, no. I don't think anybody died. Or a dog, I should say.
No, I mean the
this
shark.
is crazy. You know what? F that shark. It was going after a dog.
Went after a dog.
The dog is in the water. That's where the shark lives.
Yes, very true.
But these dogs, they swarm.
They weren't having it.
But look, this is the thing. This is.
It is pretty shallow though. The shark shouldn't come this close.
Not that close. But it's also the fact that we get that that's how you get your lunch. Okay?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
your lunch fights back.
Yes.
You know, like my lunch doesn't fight back. If my lasagna starts coming after me, I'm gonna have problems. but like,
I could handle it.
it's fine. But no, it has cheese on it. You couldn't handle it.
You
But
couldn't handle
No, I-
lasagna.
My,
It's
my
lunch
point
is
is,
fine,
my
though.
point is like the same thing goes for a fucking lion.
Yeah.
Lion tries to attack elephant. Elephant fucks you up. That's your problem.
Yeah,
Lion.
totally.
Like,
This is
it's a
Earth.
circle
This
of
is
life.
Earth at
It's a
its
circle of life.
finest.
So like that's the thing is that
Maybe
they,
the shark just wanted to chat.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think the shark was looking for some chow. And
That shark was going in. If you
should
watch
ask. It was moving
again at the
fast.
very beginning, that thing locked on.
It tried it.
and went, here we go.
Yeah, it was no. It
How'd
came
you find that?
on
Mark
Twitter.
Ellis. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark
no,
Ellis
the
just
shark-
shared that.
The shark
and,
came
I
in.
found it.
The shark came in and said, "Okay, lunch. Oh
Yeah.
fuck, the lunch has friends. I'm out."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's it.
Dude, that is
Earth
crazy.
at
That's
its
not what-
finest.
I had a sad Twitter morning. You guys were looking at Twitter this morning with that picture that popped up, or no?
About the child and the
That wrecked my whole day until I got here. I was, ugh.
Yeah, I saw it briefly. Someone
border
posted it on
stuff.
Instagram. Yeah, it's
awful.
I know it's not the kind of
awful.
thing we talk about on the show, but that was my Twitter morning,
Yeah,
and then I was like, "Goodbye, Twitter."
I thought
can't.
it was a staged photo at first,
And it's not.
and it's not,
And it's not.
and it just broke my heart.
It must have.
It
I
just
mean,
broke
I
my heart.
can't.
I can't. I mean, it was awful. It was awful. You don't want to see it, Riley. If you
Okay.
you don't
No,
want to see
you
it,
really,
trust me.
really, truly
Thanks
don't.
for bringing it up, Roxy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, let's try. You got any phone calls? Thank you. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who we got?
Hi, I'm Nadia from Georgia.
Hello.
Vagina!
Nice.
Hi, Nadia.
Hi, Nadia. How are you?
Hi.
What if Nadia gets offended by you yelling vagina? at
Nadia,
her?
did you get offended?
No, I appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah, girl.
Vagina,
You shut your mouth.
vagina.
You shut your mouth. There we go. All right. So, what do you got for us today? Do you want to hear? Are you here to bring up anything particular, or you just want to hear Al Pacino read the weather?
I have a question,
Yes.
actually, a Schmodown question.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a lot of Netflix movies now. So, would you think ever putting Netflix movies into the Schmodown for questions?
Great question.
Yeah, it's a great question. It's been discussed many times. The problem is the volume of the Netflix movies at the moment, and assuming you really have to the competitors to make they do enough studying in general with what they've done, but to give them that many.
What about the ones that are released in theaters and then go?
Yeah, of course.
Like
and
Roma.
Roma
Right
could
now-
be
Roma could be a
asked.
question for sure, and it's one of those things.
What
all
depends on the
question would
movie.
you ask about Roma? How much shit they had to clean up?
Who directed it? Who?
Wait,
you
but
know,
right now, Christian, is it if it gets theatrically released, it's eligible, and that's the only.
depends, and it's also it's also a matter of visibility on the film. Like, see,
I was going to say, how does it affect
yeah,
pop
because-
culture in
because
the
it's-
landscape?
because
Is it an
Roma
because
did.
the argument also can be made as much. It doesn't matter if you like the movie or not. But who were the two lead stars of the Netflix released murder mystery, whatever the hell the comedy that just came out?
Jennifer
right?
Aniston and Adam Sandler.
Because it's and you didn't see it, right? You didn't see the movie.
I didn't see it.
Because that type of
Yeah.
stuff. It's just as the evolution of the Schmodown keeps happening, it's something to be discussed. It's
Or
not
like Lady and the Tramp.
Right.
Coming to
Disney Plus,
Plus.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that feels relevant.
Yeah, and and that also just into this whole conversation we just had. Like my goal, like I've said many times, is that we want to eventually start the TV trivia Schmodown, the sports trivia Schmodown, all these different things that we could ask. And if we ever did TV streaming, we would have to be involved in it, obviously.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I don't. The answer's
Although
not a
that's
hard no.
too,
I just don't know
'cause
yet.
People put out their own TV shows on YouTube. Like what is eligible?
That's
what is
not eligible.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it just depends. But
Can't ask Josh from Cougar Show questions.
thank you so much for
Nadia!
for the call,
Thanks,
Nadia. I appreciate it.
Nadia in the house, making me feel good
Yeah.
with her vagina.
Your songs are effing terrible.
It
The songs aren't great. The songs
I
aren't
mean,
great.
there are really funny things you do. That is not
That
one of
wasn't
them.
Yeah, that was
If you're laughing at home, clap your hands. If you're laughing at home,
don't
clap your
enable her.
hands.
Don't enable her.
Nadia and her vagina. My dad.
Let's just sit in
For
silence.
Cody. All right.
There, thank you.
Cody. Cody's just panicking, hitting the button. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Yo, you have Hayden from Boston.
No, what's up, Hayden? What's
I'm a
going on?
Boston person. This is my day.
Cody, anytime you want to shut
Ask
the mic.
a question so she stops singing.
Yeah, what do you got, brother?
Questions? Well, this is a random one. You guys weren't really talking about it, but so I recently watched Creed 2.
Yeah.
I loved it. And
Parts,
so
yeah, you
what I was
did.
wondering is, do you guys want to see a Creed 3? And if you do, what would you want to see happen in it?
Great question.
Great question, Bostonian. Great question.
I'd be down for Creed 3. What I would fear is that they'd be like, you know what, let's do Clubber Lang's son
I
now.
was just going to say Clubber Lang's kid.
Yeah.
You would fear that because you don't think it would be good? Because I think that's exactly what they would try to do.
But it's not necessary. It's just,
Yeah.
there's a reason why
This
why
worked.
Drago. Yeah, because Drago killed Creed.
I mean, you
know?
can see the critic headlines on average websites being like, they should have never came back with like a Creed 3 if they did the Clubber Lang thing for sure.
Because
Just
Mr.
continue
T-
the story.
Mr. T was supposed to come back for Rocky Balboa. He was in the script.
Yeah.
He was
I
on the
didn't know
announcer's table calling the match, but he wanted too much money. So Stallone was like, no.
I pity the fool.
I'm sure you do.
You do.
But I think Creed 3, if
Way
they
to
have
go.
if they have the
Topical as
right
ever.
story, it'll probably be like towards the end of Creed's career, you know,
Right.
or whatever he wants to do. It maybe like it's very similar to what Rocky 3. You can parallel Rocky 3, right, if you wanted to, but you just can't. I wouldn't want to do Clubber Lang's son. I would be okay with doing another kind of crushing guy that was coming up and he's kind of losing the fire or something too, and you do like a little bit of a mix, but make it your own. That's I thought what Stephen Cable Jr. did for Creed 2 was he did a mixture of all the nostalgia stuff and then he gave you something new. So I'd be down for that. If they have the right story to tell, and I honestly, and I like Stephen Cable Jr. I think he did a pretty good job. I'd like Ryan Coogler to come back to do another one just to see what story he would want to tell because he
Creed
wrote
trilogy.
because he wrote it also, and I like Stallone's writing. I think Stallone wrote the second one well. I want to see Ryan Coogler finish up the trilogy by writing and directing.
Would you want to see Stallone direct?
No. I think Stallone does a great job and did a great job for the series, but he said it many times too. It's not a Rocky series anymore. It's Creed series. I think he made it clear though too that he's not coming back anymore. From what they said, it would just be. And I think we've gotten to that place where Creed can just be Creed, and we don't need Rocky. I love having Rocky in there, but if Stallone, and I think you got to get him in for at least a cameo.
Cameo, yeah.
I think you have to.
You just went back on what you
I
said
would-
real quick.
I would want him in that.
back.
Are you
But-
kidding me?
But
Yeah.
I'd still be but I'd still be okay with
I
it if
hear
it was
you.
not.
I feel you.
But I would like him in it for sure. Yeah.
And I'd still be okay if we ended on Creed 2.
Yeah. Okay. But if they said like, we're never doing them again, like that's all right. I would like to see some more, but okay if not. And Tessa Thompson might be tired of it. Michael B. Jordan might be tired of it. But that's why I think that if Ryan Coogler came back and said that I want to do this, and again, nothing against Stephen Cable Jr. I just think because Ryan Coogler, who's the one who resurrected the Rocky franchise, he resurrected it. So
Is it Tessa Thompson at her best?
she's pretty good in it. I don't know about her best.
Man, she's
Ragnarok.
She's
she's
in
great,
Ragnarok.
right?
She was
I agree with
great.
that.
For me, Creed. I mean, being in the pitch room for Rocky 4 would have been one of the coolest things of all time. You're like a studio exec, and he's like, "We actually we go to Russia, beat communism."
The whole movie's music video to the end. Big fight.
It sounds like a green light to me, Mark. What do you think?
You got go pictures.
You got
The whole thing, the whole movie is like a music video.
It's a sports montage.
Until the end, and they get the great fight. That's
Have you ever seen Rocky 4?
Of course.
Yeah.
Rocky's one of my favorite franchises. I love Rocky. I'm
see Rocky
I'm
V?
waiting for what. That's why I was smiling.
You're waiting for it. Yeah.
was
I made that
ready.
point again last night. I was at dinner and I said that I still stand by it.
What?
If Rocky 5 ends in the ring,
that to myself.
significantly better movie.
Totally.
Even all the shit that happens. And I said the same thing with The Last Jedi. If Luke doesn't die at the end of that movie, significantly better movie. That I compare them to Rocky 5 and Last Jedi.
He gets in there and he beats the crap out of Tommy Gunn. Like you know,
In them, and he
so
wins.
for what?
If they were even if it's something
what?
even if it's something as stupid as him saying, doctor's going, second opinion, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right, we forgive
Sure.
you. Fights in the ring, wins the title back, takes out Tommy Gunn.
Believe that way more than him doing a
street fight.
a forward roll and knock him out at the legs.
Suplexing him in the back of
Yeah.
a garbage dump. It's
Yeah.
like, come
How
on.
else could he have
Next to
gotten
alley cats.
money?
Yeah.
Well, right. All right. Let's take another phone call. Cody Hall.
Not right now, Derek.
All right. Thank you. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hi, this is Kimberly from Seattle, Washington again.
Kimberly with her vagina calling in.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Kimberly, yes. I think this is the first time 2 girls, 1 show.
Yeah.
3.
Well, calling in. I'm here,
Yeah,
sitting here.
that's not what you said originally, though. You just said you
Oh,
got to be.
semantics.
But don't you have to be specific? You think? Don't you
I
think
am
you can?
specific.
Aren't you always saying you got to be very
This
specific?
is Kimberly's time?
Oh, okay. Kimberly, what do you got?
I was just wanted to add to the conversation of the streaming wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I personally only pay for Hulu, and everybody in my family pays for a different service. So there are some families that do that, and it might not be like a big
Like sharing
war
passwords and whatnot.
Yes, yeah, accounts.
Yeah.
Kimberly, I won't lie, I do
Yeah.
the same thing with
Yeah.
my family also.
What are you looking at now?
Depending on especially Hulu, there's the ad-free one and the not ad-free one. The ad-free one's way more expensive. So
Well, that's a good point. We didn't really bring that up too. A lot of people, and they don't talk about it, but they share passwords and
yeah.
share.
I do the ads on Hulu.
Yeah, and you're fine with it.
I'm fine.
yeah, I'm just saying with the ad-free
Right.
one.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
If
yeah.
you share it,
I'll tell you what. I got to save $10. I haven't listened to Pandora since Jay Williams told me to get rid of it and do Spotify. Even though now I only listen to Apple Music.
Can I have your password?
For Pandora.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of it.
Oh.
I say
So
I'm going to get
no.
rid of it. So
Kimberly would give me hers if I asked.
I think that's a lot.
Here's my issue with that.
Oh, you would? That's fine.
Hey, I get people like sharing passwords and doing the accounts, but that's going to end real soon.
Yeah, it
when
will.
when Apple comes in, Netflix is going to cut that off.
No,
Hulu's
I
gonna
think they're
cut
going to
that-
make it more legitimate.
No,
I think they're going to say
cut off
if you
IPs.
want. I think they're going to
They're-
say if you want 2, it's $2 more. If you want 3, it's $5
Accounts, you
more.
mean?
Yeah, accounts.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm
they're
just
gonna
saying
charge you for-
free wise, they're going to cut that ability off.
Definitely
Well, they'll probably
agree
be able
with
to do that same thing to where you can only log in from
3
one
devices.
IP. Yeah.
I don't think one IP because you got to be able to do your phone and your-
devices.
Yeah, devices.
No, what I'm saying is they're going to make the technology so like if I sign in with my phone to my Netflix, it cuts me off of my Roku, and then I got to re-sign in. Like that's what it's going to start doing.
What Netflix does is 2 at a time right now.
Okay.
2
Yeah.
devices at a time right now.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for the phone call, Kimmy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We have our Hulu set up, so I have 4 different profiles. So me, my mom, and my 2 brothers each have their own profile, and Netflix does the same thing.
Right.
Is have different profiles. So
Yeah, well, we're
that's what
saying
we do.
those profiles would start costing money.
Right.
Yeah.
Having those extra ones.
All right, Kimberly, thank you so much for
Kimberly!
the phone call. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Thank you so much. Riley, what do you got? You got something?
Yeah,
Something
so Jessica Morgan's been trying to get in the phone line, the effing phone line. She hit me up here on Twitter. She's putting together a Schmodown cookbook. Should she also expand it to recipes inspired by other Collider shows? Which I say yes.
Wait, I'm confused. What's a Schmodown cookbook?
That's what I want to know.
I want to know
Oh,
also.
I didn't know if based on people had mentioned foods or
Yeah.
based on
And
movies.
what about
I would
other
separate. I
shows?
would separate the two though. There's a Schmodown one and then a Collider.
I like
for sure.
chocolate chip cookies.
Well, like Collider Heroes, like
Yeah,
cookbook,
yeah.
and
I like
Jedi Council.
ribs.
Yeah.
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 You like ribs? I like ribs.
I'd want to know. Yeah, I want to know what the menus are.
Yeah.
Does she
If you want to respond to this tweet, Jessica, if you want to, or I mean, I
Yeah.
know the phone lines.
Yeah,
sometimes it's hard.
tough. I'm sure Saul has 7 of the lines. You know, and that's why I really hope that Saul is the next call because that would be pretty crazy. Cody,
be
you got
funny.
somebody?
Not right now, Derek.
Oh, thank
Oh
you.
my God, you guys that are not calling in right now.
No.
That's like TDS.
The dope shit.
No, I just named letters before I had words.
Oh, okay.
Totally
So-
dumb,
You can't do
stupid.
that.
Totally
dumb, stupid.
Totally.
Okay, that's a good
donkey
shirt. I think.
shit.
TDS.
That's on
It's
a
like
that's a
sad.
board.
TDS.
Oh, the TDS. So this is a titty ass.
TDS. Wait, while we're waiting, can I go back
I
to the
heard
farewell,
TDS.
which I saw Aquafina?
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was. No, you can't do it on purpose.
Why not?
Oh, that was just a
There's no
regular high
rules.
five. I make the rules.
That's
You just-
clearly not a high five.
Cutting into your time.
Oh, the movie was excellent. I had heard nothing about this. I had only seen a trailer, and then I was on my way there, and Perry said it was one of her favorites of the year.
Okay.
So I was super nervous because you
Right,
guys
you
know
guys
that Perry and I do
honestly-
not
no.
usually.
Is the farewell? Who else is in it?
Louis
There's
Gossett
one
Jr.
guy. No, there's one other guy, but I'm forgetting his name right now. But that you would know, and then nobody
Perry
else that we
Cuomo.
knew. It's mostly subtitles.
Okay.
And
What language?
I think Mandarin. It's in
Chinese?
China. So
Okay.
yeah. Although forgive me if it's not Mandarin because I don't know.
Well, you'll be forgiven as long as it's like French or something.
Yeah.
No, it's like it might be Cantonese, but I think
Right.
it's
Okay.
Can
Mandarin.
you do a really offensive?
Nope.
Yeah,
Let's not do that.
probably not.
Good with that.
Not gonna go there.
No, I'm all right.
But it was my favorite
Not gonna
Awkwafina
do
so
it.
far. She was so excellent in it. And
Is
the
it a
movie-
drama or is it a comedy?
The premise of the movie is
Comedy.
that a lot of times, I guess, so the movie poses in the Chinese culture, if somebody is older and dying, you don't tell that person they're dying. And so,
I saw the
because
trailer
the
for
theory
this.
is once you know you have cancer, you die. It's
Oh.
not the cancer that kills you; it's the knowledge of
mental
it. Yeah.
breakdown.
So. It's about a grandmother is dying, but they don't give the results to the person in China, I guess. They give it to the family members. The family says she's fine. The results came back, she's fine. And so everybody has to find a reason. The people in America have to find a reason to come back to say goodbye without her knowing that that's why they're back. But it's really beautiful.
Did you
It's
cry?
I cried a little bit. I laughed a lot. It was so good. It was so good. And then I looked it up and it did incredibly well at Sundance as well, which I didn't realize.
There you
It was so good.
I saw the trailer for the Peanut Butter Falcon. Did
I
you-
don't know what that is.
So
like
it
peanut
won.
butter,
It won the audience
Reese's
award
Pieces?
at Sundance. No, it's Shia LaBeouf. And
Oh, yeah.
And
Isn't that the movie he directed?
I don't know if he directed it. That's a good question. But he plays like a guy on a journey, and he's taking this actor who has Down syndrome. He wants to be a professional wrestler, and he like chooses his name, the Peanut Butter Falcon, to go to this like wrestling training school. Dakota Johnson's in it. The trailer is like it's pretty awesome.
How
It
do
looks
they
amazing.
pick the peanut butter falcon?
I don't know. He just yells it or something. Yeah. You gotta think of a name. He's like, I'm a Falcon.
Do you think Dakota Johnson?
Dakota
do you think
Johnson.
she's attractive?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, see, I find her very attractive.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
don't think that's a weird comment. She's
Every time I tell, I think she's sexy. I think she's very sexy when I tell people, and not because of that stupid movie she did, just in general. And people go,
oh, 50 Shades.
yeah, people go, duh. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
No,
to
I think
you.
she's beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
She's
beautiful.
Not just
Not my
yeah,
type.
Just, yeah. So you look over, you go, she's attractive, and then you say next, Cody, you got another call?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
nice.
All right, who's on the phone?
Hey, Dylan from South Carolina.
Hello,
Hey,
Dylan.
hey,
Dylan.
The
Hey,
biggest-
Dylan, anybody ever call you Dylon?
Dylon. Best rapper alive.
Jesus.
All the time. All
Nice.
the time.
Oh, sweat. All right.
I spit on fire.
All right, so let me ask you something.
No.
WYG, what do you got?
Nailed it.
I was outside grilling hot dogs, so I have no idea what you guys were talking about.
Nice.
So,
Oh, fuck, the dog got the
what
bacon.
are you talking about?
Whatever you want us. So you bring up something. So I assume you're familiar with the show.
Yeah, been a fan, big fan. Been a fan for, I don't know, like 3 weeks.
All right, perfect. 3 weeks. Perfect.
Dylan, are you being serious or was that facetious?
You know, absolutely serious. It was in a suggested thing on the side of YouTube, and I just started watching, and now I watch every day.
Dylan, welcome to the team, Dylan.
Very nice. All right.
Dylan.
Well, Dylan, so you got us now. So you got something you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be, as you know, on this show, it doesn't have to be movie related. I don't even know if we talked about movies today. It can be whatever you want to talk about. So you got us for a little bit here. So Roxy, don't ruin this.
I have a
This is
question
brand
for
new.
him, though.
All right, fine.
Dylan, is a hot dog
okay.
a sandwich?
Yeah,
Really? Wow. I wouldn't call it a
I would
sandwich.
not call it a sandwich either.
Well,
it is protein with condiments in between two pieces of bread.
He makes
Not
a solid
two,
point.
It's not two pieces of bread.
that argument is solid.
It kind of is.
It's one piece
one
of folded bread.
Yeah,
Yeah, but sometimes sandwiches
you
go
can
in
pull
apart.
those apart.
Here's what I like the most about that is that you De Niro the end of that. Did you realize that?
What do I do with my face?
Yeah. When he said it's, you go, well, actually, it's only
only
one piece of bread.
Not bad.
You had it. Almost there. That's not it.
That's not it.
Hey, Dylan, you got a question for us? Or
Yeah,
what?
what's the question?
Just off the wall, I guess. Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you? So obviously Luke's Force Ghost. Whoever else is gonna be a Force Ghost. Do you think Palpatine could possibly be the same thing, but maybe like red and like falling apart?
Well, we've had some kind of conversation about this too. I think it can manifest in a couple of different ways. I think that one of them is that it could either be a holocron whether it's Kylo Ren still learning stuff from him. There could be stuff to where he's kind of doing the Voldemort and taking the possession of other people's bodies.
What are you hoping, Christian?
I would like to see holocrons for sure, and I'd be okay with him kind of again, manifesting in someone else's body and doing what if you're familiar with the Harry Potter franchise, like the first movie, he kind of took over Professor Quirrell, right? And he's in the back, like kind of doing that type of thing.
Kind of looks like what they're doing with Stranger Things season 3.
Yeah, I mean, well, it would make more sense though, wouldn't it? For like, because Sith aren't going to, because becoming Force Ghost was like something that Jedi were able to do because they were able to kind of tune in with the Force, and it's more of a peaceful type of thing. Because Qui-Gon, it took a while for him to even know how to do it in physical form. He was for a while he was just the voice. He just couldn't figure out a way to do physical form.
This is in the books.
Idiot.
This is in the TV series.
Oh.
In Clone Wars and Rebels. So I think what would be more Sith-like is possession.
Yeah.
That to me seems more Sith-like. So I think possession is probably a way that's going to happen.
And there's look, I always talk about Dark Empire. That is part of the story and that Legends series is that he clones his body and he jumps into it when the Emperor dies and returns.
Snoke could have even been a vessel.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
I'm
Snoke
starting
could
to
have
head
been a
there
vessel.
a little bit more.
Do you think?
Could have been a vessel.
So what would you think if Kylo Ren died at the end?
Kylo Ren. First of all, I've been saying it for a while, and I'm just gonna have to accept it. I think they're already leading into it just from the trailers alone. They're gonna redeem him, and I think that's just boring.
I want it so bad that it hurts.
Redeem?
Yeah,
That's so dull.
I've never
I
wanted
want him-
something as bad as I want
It's
that.
so
I want him to go down
Yeah.
Sith.
This is
Yeah.
dull.
Oh, okay.
That's how I
It's a
feel.
good argument. But
get
no,
that
I
one.
just think,
TTSS.
but him dying, he probably will die. But I think it's going to be after a redemption angle.
Did I get you?
Yeah, she's going to be.
I just made up.
She's going to be tuned out.
There's no.
It's like
rhyme or
Homer
reason to
Simpson
that.
in the factory. Just kinda
Also, like, wouldn't it be double TSS? Why TTSS and the whole?
Because I just made up.
Who gives a shit?
letters.
Thank you for the phone call.
Dylan,
Really appreciate it, Dylan.
thanks, buddy.
Dylan.
Thanks for being a
Dylan.
3-week
We'll
fan.
do one more.
I
We'll do one more
love
call.
getting new people in here. New
That's
blood.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. No, I love that he saw like
Oh,
a
thanks for
suggestion
calling.
and now he's a fan.
Yeah.
What's so
That's
crazy about
great.
those clip outs too? Because the clip outs, I think, bring in a lot of new people too
Yep.
that haven't seen the show. Because you never know when they're going to kind of catch on. Right?
Yeah.
Because when we put that, the Ralph Macchio, and he told the story about Elizabeth Shue, that he hadn't seen her since 1986. Right, which is crazy. I hadn't talked to her since
Wild.
'86, we clipped that out. And for the longest time, it was like stuck at like 4,000. And I'm like, oh man, I wish more people would see this. And I looked today, it was like 70,000. So it's just like you never know with the YouTube
When a
algorithm.
new story comes out
Yeah.
that has to do with Ralph Macchio, and then people put it into YouTube, and
Probably.
then that's the first thing, and then they click it. Yeah.
Because that was
That
to
was
me,
crazy.
Because people are like, why is this because it says he tells a great story about Elizabeth Shue. Why is this a great story? Because he hasn't seen her since 1986.
And he remembers exactly how.
The last conversation that they had and why she was pissed off about Karate Kid 2 and the fact that is she going to
Or at
be in
least
Cobra Kai
confused.
season
At least
3?
confused,
Right,
yeah.
confused. And so like to me that was a great story because I don't even know if I've ever heard him talk about Elizabeth Shue. So
Totally.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think I was kind of shocked, and I know this is so selfish of me to say, but so the video got like 50-some thousand hits on Twitter of the us girl coming in,
yes,
but the
yes.
one on YouTube did like only like 25 or something like that. And
I noticed
people
that.
have seen it on Twitter.
Yeah,
I think that's not
I thi-
selfish of you to say. It was smart of you to do.
what, putting it on social media?
Yes.
Yeah.
But so yesterday, it's in the scared realm. I was having a great day, and old Jackie Hind over there,
British Jack.
Jack.
I'm over there, and there was some fruit left from the Schmodown, and I was like, "Oh, there's some cantaloupe, there's some grapes, there's maybe a couple strawberries in there, and there's always honeydew and and I hate honeydew, but whatever."
Yeah. It's like the dollar store version of cantaloupe.
Totally,
Yeah.
100%. So I'm
don't feel that
I'm
way.
individually picking out cantaloupe, and I got it going on, and I have my back turned to Jack, and Jack comes and just goes, and he pokes me, goes, "Hey," and I just went, "Ah!" and I tossed the fruit salad in the air. The fruit salad went everywhere.
So he wasn't trying to scare you?
No,
Oh.
no, he was trying to scare me.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
With a
and-
poke? Are you sure?
It was louder than that. Huh. It was. And I turned just in time to see cantaloupe flying in the air.
Yeah.
I
And
should
Jack
take
felt
that.
so bad, and he was like, "Oh,
You
man."
sure he was really trying to scare you with a
Yes. Yeah, he was trying to scare me.
Oh.
Totally.
Well,
And
he's a scaredy cat.
But
too.
he didn't even say,
Not
like,
you.
boo.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. Which reminds me. Okay, so we mentioned you probably didn't listen to it. We mentioned that the one thing about you and the reason why you do this is because you'll fall on your sword for the bit.
Sure.
And
Do I enjoy myself?
No.
Too much.
But we didn't give you enough time last time because you even said, because I remember we asked you like day before or even day of, and at first you were like, no, and then we told you it was for the bit, and you're like, fine. But if we give you enough time to prepare for it, and we all go together, Universal, the
Horror Nights.
Horror Nights. Oh, yeah.
If we all go together,
Yeah,
we'll go
let's
with you.
do this. Yes.
We'll go with
Can
you.
I-
Yes.
Of course.
Hold on. Here's my only 3 caveats.
Yes.
1, if I ask for a drink, you
100%.
buy me a drink.
Me too.
Done.
Put me in
Okay.
there. Put me in there.
Done.
You don't get scared of
Yeah,
stuff.
but I want free drinks.
No, you don't. You're gonna have to buy a drink.
2, that I don't pay for a ticket.
100%.
Okay.
Done.
Put me in.
And 3, you take me to one of the restaurants for dinner afterwards.
All of us do it together.
Yeah.
I'm in as long as it's free. It's very expensive.
You're not going then.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all going together.
Oh, we could also-
I'm not. Again, I'm not paying.
No,
for
I'm
this.
hoping Universal's listening and they want to take
Oh.
us.
We could all also just go to the In-N-Out outside of Universal afterwards.
But that's not.
That's fine.
I will
Yeah.
go. I'll
If-
go. I'll pay for it.
If we reach out, maybe we'll talk to Jack. We'll
Yeah.
talk to now that we want it, and he does it.
Yes.
Then we'll see if
That's what I'm
Universal
saying.
will get. Yeah. Sure.
I wasn't looking at you. If Christian
You know-
pays for me to
Do you
go.
know how often that happens?
Really?
Daily.
IAI.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Call.
I am in.
All right. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Grayson from Southern California.
Hello,
Grayson.
Grayson.
Wow,
California.
so close, but yet so far, Grayson.
Grayson, question number 1: would you be at Comic-Con this year?
Oh, heck yeah, I'm going to see the Throwdown for sure.
Yeah, baby.
Did you get your tickets already?
I'm getting them right now.
That's good.
But yeah, I'm about to get them soon.
And let me ask you a question though, too, because if you listen to the show today, because we're moving it back to around 8:30, does that make it easier in case you want to get to the Marvel thing too?
Well, I can't really afford Comic-Con anyway, so my only plan was to just go to the Schmodown.
I love you so much.
Nice.
You can ask whatever you want, Grayson. What would you like to know?
You're not missing much, Grayson. As far as the Comic-Con, the Schmodown will be way more fun.
What do you got, brother?
Before I ask you the question, my brother's also a huge fan, so can you give my brother Morgan a shout out?
Morgan, what's up, my man? Nice to have Morgan and Grayson on the show. What do you got for us?
Is he? No.
Just kind of going off the Rocky 5 conversation.
Yes.
I know that movie gets a lot of flack, but that scene when Rocky goes back to the gym and has that vision of Mickey.
Oh, it's great.
I think that's one of the greatest scenes in the whole franchise.
I agree.
Believe you me, in Rocky 5, Grayson, there are some amazing scenes.
Get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you.
Yeah.
Better if it
Yeah.
happens in the ring.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So good.
Unrelated to that.
So my question is for you guys: is what do you think is like a redeeming scene in a bad movie?
Good call. I mean, I got to really kind of go through.
Oh, jeez, redeeming scene.
Oh, okay. I'll give you one. One of the, I think, and some people love this movie. I can't stand it. Freddie Got Fingered, which is a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
But my favorite part is when he's playing the keyboard. Daddy, would you like some sausage? It kills me every time.
Yeah.
It makes me cry. It makes me cry every time, and it's the stupidest movie, and I can't stand it. But Daddy, would you like some sausage? I love it.
For me, in Mary Poppins, the new
Returns.
one, there's a scene. I don't want to spoil it because I know some people still haven't seen it, but
Meryl
there's a
Streep.
scene towards the very end with a return of a.
Oh yeah.
That
was pretty
scene,
awesome.
regardless of my feelings on the movie, it almost saved the whole movie
Yeah,
for
that
me.
movie, that
it
part
was.
is,
It's
awesome. That's part awesome.
Yeah.
Riley, you hate everything. What do you got?
Yeah, I hate everything. I can't think of anything.
Oh, there you
right
go.
now.
All right. Well, thanks for
Okay.
chiming in. What do you got?
All right.
I'm trying
You
to-
guys know that I can't stand. Like, there's a few movies that
People.
I really don't like. Right now, I couldn't stand Roma. There wasn't one part of that movie that I liked, but there was a redeeming scene.
The dog bark.
In the movie where.
You said there was
Nah,
one
there
more
was
part.
nothing.
Yeah.
All right, I got one. Magneto with the bridge and X-Men Last Stand.
That's good too. No, even Apocalypse, right? That scene in the scene. I don't mind Apocalypse as much as everyone else, but I think like the scene in the woods.
All
probably-
All
That's good.
Magneto, anything. Magneto
That's
can
true.
do
Yeah.
no wrong.
Well, thank you for the call, Grayson. Really appreciate it.
I love
I
when
need to
parents.
think on that. That's a good question.
It's a great question.
Because
There's probably more out there for sure. Yeah. All right, listen. That's the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Thanks to Makuga and Riley and Roxy and Cody in the booth. We got any guests tomorrow?
No guests.
No guests tomorrow.
Good, because I'm not here, bitches.
All right, well, Dorina will be here. Princess of Death joins us. Roxy will be out and about, but we will be
So
here
give me a
tomorrow.
shout.
Yeah, look at you, Dr. Seuss. Make sure you get those tickets. Now that we're going to push the Schmodown back for an hour, gives you no excuse. Get to the Marvel panel, then come see us, the schmodownlive.com. We want to give some support there to the champ, Rachel Cushing, as she puts that title on the line against either Kalinowski or Smets. The collision goes up. on Friday Live. You can get it again if you're a patron. Check out Comic Book Shopping, Jake Gyllenhaal here on this show. Find us on
July
Apple
2nd it launches.
July 2nd, Gyllenhaal? Okay, and then we think we'll talk about, I think if the embargo lifts, we'll be able to talk about Spider-Man tomorrow. We'll have to see. But that's it. Enjoy it. See you tomorrow.
I love being drunk on a mountain in a hot tub.